Welcome to the Jungle Squadcast. Before we get into today's episode, we want to remind you that this content is intended for adult audiences only. You must be 18 years or older to watch. Everything you're about to hear is purely for entertainment purposes. We keep it raw, unfiltered, and sometimes wild, but nothing should be taken as serious advice or as guidance. The opinions expressed are just that, opinions and not facts. This is the Jungle Squadcast, and its hosts are not responsible for how you interpret or act on anything discussed in this episode. Now that that's out the way, let's get into it. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no, 'cause I got you. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no, 'cause I got you. We gon' fight, oh yes, we gon' fight. Fight for a right to loving. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no.
Damn, I miss music Akon. Not like world leader Akon.
Akon, yeah. Oh, word.
That's just me though.
That's just me though.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, right there is good, y'all.
Fight for right. No, let me stop. Nigga did a brief intermission. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You do not understand the type of vibes we got going on tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, man.
It's your boy Abe Loso here with the Jungle Squadcast, and I got to my left, Mr. Ra.
You did.
You feel me? To my right, Mr. Rad.
Was good.
Right.
And last but not least, we got the culture in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
We got fashion in the building.
Yes, sir.
We got style in the building.
Talk
We got
about it.
Riz in the building.
Yeah.
CT in the building.
95
Trafficking is in the
It's
fucking
in the
building. What's
building,
good?
Yes,
man.
sir.
Nah, bro.
Double
Welcome to the
squad.
party, bro.
I'm just happy to be here, man. Appreciate y'all guys, man. I see y'all
Appreciate you
platform.
coming.
I see y'all working.
We tried,
You
bro.
know.
We trying, man.
Let's get into it, man. Let's
First
get
of
into
all,
it.
like, yo, I can't believe you were one. I think if I'm not mistaken, you were the first person we interviewed outside, like in real life content form.
Okay.
When we did that at the red carpet,
Oh,
you were the
okay.
very first person we interviewed, bro.
I appreciate that. Shout out to
Bro,
Royce Empire and the Bridgeport movement. One of the big for the city.
You know what I mean? Like,
Big for the city.
you don't really gotta
Sir.
force relationship. Shit happen naturally.
Yeah, definitely.
You feel me? If I feel like you cool, you feel like I'm cool. That's like eventually we'll meet up.
Yeah,
But
I'm
when
big
niggas
on
really like
organic
force
energy.
it.
Yup.
Yeah,
Organic energy is I'm big. I do a lot of my business based off of organic energy. I think is big. Definitely
Yeah,
something
that
to
is.
move on. Yeah, you know that.
Sure.
First of all, let them know what you do. First of all, what you really about in the city, bro. We see you everywhere.
Trafficking, man. We fashion, art, memorabilia. We did a lot of big designs in the city. We did the Bridgeport hat, BPT hat. For a lot of people that
Yeah.
know what that's about. We did the Connecticut hoodies.
Mm.
The Hardin vs. Central shorts. We
Oh,
did
wow.
the Connecticut All-Star t-shirts. So we did a lot of different things. We still going up, man. It's
That's
like
dope.
my fourth year in business. Third year, really.
You got a team?
I got a partner, my partner Sheen. Shout out to my partner Sheen, my brother Della. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, a lot of those guys helped me formulate a lot of the designs and the push forward to where I was going.
Word,
I met
bro.
my partner Sheen a couple years, a year and a half after we started, and we just formulated a team, and we going from there now. You know what I'm saying?
That's why.
Yeah, that shit
dope.
hard,
That's
bro. I
dope.
peeped the jacket from here.
Yeah,
That
I
shit
mean,
is
trafficking
fire.
down, man. I got a few
Uh-huh.
pieces on.
Nah, the caps are dope.
I was thinking
sir.
about, I was trying to make sure I came with my game face on, so I
Yes,
kind of
sir.
focused on that a little bit, but I did bring a piece of merchandise that
Okay,
people
okay.
can see.
That's shit.
This is our
Show the people how they come.
WT81 hoodie,
Okay.
Where can they
Wasted
find this?
Talent hoodie.
That shit's
hard.
fire. You gotta
If
hit you
y'all know who
directly.
it is, y'all know who it is. I don't really want to speak no names.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
no
Yes,
type of
sir.
rough.
That's
Good
hard.
shit.
Damn, that shit is fire.
Infringements or something. But yeah, this is a hoodie. We in Jimmy's right now, downtown Bridgeport, 1000
I've
Main
seen,
Street.
yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, the clothing store. They've been there for over 100 years. Shout out to Dave, the whole
Damn, you
Jimmy's
just took me
team.
back, bro.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
Jimmy John's in the
They
city,
still
right? Some
up
shit
and
like that.
they still up
me-
and running, man.
Me and him,
Jazz.
like one
Yeah, Jimmy
time, like
Jazz.
years ago, like we were like the first one. It was like our first year, right? In like CT for like ever, and then
Okay.
we just driving downtown, and we just saw Jimmy, and I'm like, where the fuck is the Jazz at? These niggas is like,
Yeah.
it's
They
called Jimmy
actually-
Jazz, but
I
out here it's
believe-
just called Jimmy's. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I believe Jimmy's was before Jimmy Jazz. They've been established since 1920.
Damn,
It
really?
probably was.
Yeah, 1920. So
So what about
they
Jimmy
might be-
Jazz?
I'm not sure about Jimmy Jazz, but no relation. I know that for a fact, and I know they might have been here a little bit longer, but
Word.
definitely one of the
More you know.
Yeah, I used to cop mad shit from Jimmy Jazz. That was the,
Jimmy
like the
Jazz
culture,
is dope
yeah.
too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Jimmy
yeah.
Jazz
Cool.
is dope.
you know where you could get. I feel like your shit could go into in the mall. I forgot what it's called. It used to be across from Journeys in Trumbull Mall.
I've been to the mall. I've been trying to shop my product in the mall a little bit. Not too much as I think I should, but
How do you go about doing that? Like getting your product to like other businesses and companies?
a lot of it is organic, where some of the businesses will reach out. But, you know, I'm blessed to have a product that a lot of people gravitate to. So a lot of people meet me and they're like, yo, you could bring it to the store. And that's how I built a lot of my first relationships. Right now, we in New London. We was in Hartford, Manchester, Connecticut. We got two
Damn.
locations in Bridgeport right now, Jimmy's. You could go to Genius Closet, which is on Boston Ave. And Boston and East Main, right at that corner.
Yeah, I know.
If y'all familiar with Bridgeport, it's right there by Thomason's. So
Yep.
we're just trying to move around, build more accounts, move throughout the interstate
Literally.
and further. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what
The
I mean?
I-95. nigga.
Yeah, that's
what's
where we
up.
want to start off. We want to make sure we tap in Boston, Massachusetts. We coming that way, Florida, Virginia, everywhere down the 95. I want to make sure I tap into the small knit communities where they don't really have a lot of people doing things for the community, because that's why I think my expertise is doing things for a lot of places that people don't do fashion for. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
before
My fault. What you say?
like I did the Stratford shit too. So you know, before like me, I feel like a lot of people wasn't doing things for these smaller towns like Stratford, New
Yeah.
London. I did Waterbury. I did, you know, a lot of different places. I try to shine light on a lot of our cities and our communities that don't really have a fashion sense as far as somebody putting the work in for them. So
Like a style saying like, yo, that's CT style type shit. You want to be like the face of that?
kinda, you know, I always want to make sure that before I go abroad, that I'm making sure I'm tapping in with my community.
Yeah.
That makes
You know
sense.
what I'm saying?
100%.
Because then when it comes back here, they be like, yo, he always did something for us. He always
And show love.
show love. Yeah, he always gave back. So that's number one when it comes to it. But
Now you right. I heard somebody tell me that one time, and I felt like I didn't listen until like it was like a little too late, where I basically had to like start over. So like when, for example, when you want to be an artist type shit, a lot of people are like, yo, they understand that the artistry is online. You got to promote on social media.
yeah,
But the other thing that's like probably just as big as that is that you got to tap in with the people around you in your community. If the people around you and in your community not fucking with your content, then why other people around the world is
Yeah,
going to fuck with your
exactly.
content? So
Right,
like, you're
exactly.
right, it's people in your community. They come into you. They're saying, "Yo, I fuck with your fashion. I fuck with your style." You already on the right track.
yeah. Not only that, it's a niche market. 'Cause you
Yeah.
don't see a lot of people from music to like whatever we do. You don't see a lot of people like, yo, I'm from Connecticut. You know, this is Connecticut based. This is
Yeah.
Connecticut business. And when we do it, you know, if we do it the proper way, you'll have a cult following of people from Connecticut that just fuck with what you're doing. So
Yeah.
How
that's
easy,
what I'm aiming for.
I feel that. How easy is it to like market your brand like out like with just social media?
With social media, I consider social media a little tricky because my first page got deleted due to trademark and infringement purposes. If y'all know a lot of my designs, when I first started, I was using a lot of logos and things that was already out there. So, you know,
Okay.
Just
That's
you came
something that
out.
I like to. That's a little jewel I like to drop on up and coming designers and like make sure when you're using logos and things, you do it properly. Try to figure
Original
out
work.
your own thing because these people that own their logos, they'll come and get you.
Yeah,
Send you
For
cease
real.
and desist, try to end you. So
for sure.
long story
That's
short, they kind
crazy.
of shut down my first page, my first Instagram page. So I think social media marketing is big because when I first started, I had a lot of good leads and good sales coming in through my website. And then as they shut down my Instagram, you can see how quick that could be shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a gift and a curse, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
you could build a full format and do something wrong, a full platform, do something wrong, and they'll shut it down and you lose your customer base, you lose a lot. So I learned from that. You know what I mean, but it's definitely a good tool. I don't consider it the only tool,
Yeah.
but definitely a good tool.
Have you tried like sending out your clothes to like famous people? Like
Yeah, I've done
you
a
send
little
that shit
bit of
to
that.
you can send that shit to like Kai and he'll put that shit on during like
Yeah,
his little box.
I was
openings,
actually in
like-
touch with his people, but I mean, even if you look at my page, 95 trafficking, 95_trafficking 1F2Ks, go to the page, check us out. But even when you look at the page, you see I got people like Fat Joe, Jada Kiss. I got Jada Kiss the YO hat when we dropped the YO hat.
Good shit.
I did some shows with Vado.
That's fire.
All the Connecticut artists, top Connecticut artists tapped in. It's a lot of them to mention, but my guy A-Noy, Chris Webby was one of the first big acts to tap in with us. I went to a show. He showed me mad
Damn,
love.
you fucking Chris
Facts.
Webby?
Yeah, that's my guy, man. I'm
That's
always gonna
dope.
show him love. He showed me unmatched love when we first started with the
Word?
CT hoodie.
And
Like,
he
yo,
from
come to the
CT.
show.
Yeah.
He brought me upstairs with his whole staff, his parents. He
That
showed us
nigga's
love.
elite, bro.
Yeah, I got real love for him. He's a good dude, man. His whole team, his photographers, they all tapped in with me. His marketing team, you got my guy Fuego Base out in Hartford.
Did you
I mean,
start like 95
Much love.
trafficking yourself, or like where did that idea of like that brand come from?
It's really just, I really started it myself, man. I mean, me and my guys always been fashion oriented. So even 10, 15 years ago, I was thrifting, buying stuff, putting stuff together, buying different articles of garments and cutting patches out of it,
Oh,
reconstructing it, throwing it on different stuff. So we always been driven in that way as far as fashion. I just started formulating ideas. My first product ever was the Stanford High shorts, which is our two top high schools versus each other. So
Yeah.
half of the shorts, just like I was mentioning the Bridgeport shorts, but half of them is dedicated to the Stanford High Black Knights. The other half is dedicated to the West Hill Vikings. So one half was
Wow.
one color, one half was the other color, and that was my first item. I wanted to do it for myself. I'm originally from Stanford.
Damn, and
How long
niggas got
ago
some
was
play in it too. That's fire.
This was like 3 years ago.
Wow,
3,
that's
4
fire.
years ago. Yeah, 3, 4 years ago. That was my first product. It took off. God bless. I'm blessed to have that take off for me in the right way. And then I went on into the Bridgeport schools. I did the Hardin versus Central, which was big. Then I did the Bridgeport hat. And then it was history since the Bridgeport hat. That's probably one of my biggest products to date. We over 500 sold in the Bridgeport hat.
Damn.
dope
So
as hell.
so it's definitely one of my biggest products.
It sound like eventually, like either are you gonna lead up to having like your own store or like an online shop? Like where you see the future headed for you?
But we online now, 95trafficking.com. Go to the website, whatever we got in right now that's live is on the website. Definitely tap in with us. As far as the storefront, I feel like with social media and my website, if I can market it right, I will really if it calls for it, I'll do it. But with the pricing of things right now, I just opened the office on Fairfield Avenue. And the prices of these showrooms, it really got to make sense for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
For sure.
I could get to my end. I'm in Jimmy's right now. Shout out to Jimmy's again downtown. I got my product in there, which acts as my showroom too. We got a good partnership. Those real good people down there. So right now, it don't really make sense for me. Eventually, if it you know, the money is right and it makes sense, I'll definitely tap into it. But,
Yeah, that's what Wu-Tang Clan did. They ended up doing what you was doing. They just
Yeah.
went to different stores and say, yo, we got a brand.
mhm.
Well, the business, I forgot which one was the guy who was handling like the merch, but he was literally just going through different shops and then basically selling them, and then they would just make the bread. But then eventually that's what they did. They ended up having like their own like Wu-Tang shop type shit where
Yeah.
it was like everything.
It's all going to start off from the grind. No matter
Yeah.
what social
Mhm.
media does, I feel like you got to still stick to the basics of business.
Yeah,
And the
man.
basics of hustling, which means you got to show yourself, show your product. I'm saying it's not always about taking a picture and posting it. Sometimes you got to get out in the street and, you know,
Yeah, because I
shop
was
to
just
these
about to
different
ask
areas.
you too,
Yeah.
like what are the biggest like stresses of doing this job
The
or
stresses
challenges?
I feel like with me is the accounting aspect of it.
The money?
Because it's like not really the financial part, but like the accounting of everything, being able to
Keep the books in order.
do the booking, you know, the number crunching. That's the biggest part. Then you know, especially going legal. When I first started this, I didn't have an LLC.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of things that you need to run a business, and with that comes taxes.
Yeah.
Yo.
And figuring that all out, because it's not just a personal tax. Now you got to account for things that you're doing and making sure you claim certain things that you're doing, making sure you got to backtrack of that. So that's the real hard part for me. As far as designing, that's the easy part. Putting out the
The
product
fun
is
part,
easy.
yeah.
And that's fun for me. That's what I live for. But this is where it comes to like, you know, researching and making sure you're on top of things. I'm still in the middle of that. You know what I'm saying I'm not far outside of that.
Yeah, that CT tax shit, like you have to like file like almost every month
Every
type
month,
shit.
yeah, you know, and I've been to keep it a buck. I've been missing months, so I got to catch up. I got to make sure I'm filing properly. So I have a lot of people that I trust helping me with, you know, understanding that.
Yeah.
It's not a hard concept to understand, but it is hard to understand at the same time. So it's like, you know, that's where I'm at with it as far. But you know, the design part of it and
That's fire.
pushing
Though.
the merchandise, that's easy for me. Like,
You need to just get you like a little intern or some shit, like or
Yeah.
somebody
Little
who
sister.
like who needs
Assistant.
clothes.
Yeah, nah.
Um,
You know, I'm definitely community oriented. So I deal with, even with, when it comes to taking these photography looks and making sure my catalog is going to deal with people from the community. I got a lot of models that want to participate, and hopefully I'm able to do a fashion show. But I like to deal with people and include the community. So that's why I shop for a lot of the things I need, not even fashion wise, but when it comes to breaking down the numbers and the legal aspect of it, even lawyers that I've been talking to, everybody's local. So
Yeah.
I was gonna ask before we move on, is your clothes like unisex? Like you got female clothes and men clothes, or is it like just one clothes for everyone?
but one thing I learned in this game is you gotta stick to the bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? I'm still new in this. So when I first started making a little bit of bread and I started seeing people tapped into my brand, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to do leather jackets. I wanted to do T-shirts. I wanted to do rugbies. I wanted to do hoodies. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you absorb your finances in a way with things that you're testing versus things that work.
Yeah.
So to answer your question is I did tap into the female market a little bit. I did a female rugby and I'm short set. You know, it wasn't that popular, you know, because I wasn't focused on it. I feel like with all my projects, I want to make sure that I focus on each of them individually. So I'm not half-assing on anything I do.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
fact.
So with that being said, and being able to focus on your base product, is kind of hard to tap into that this early in the game. Plus, we running a small team. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really reached out for financing.
So
I
right
haven't
now
really
you
done all
focusing
that.
on the niggas. Once the niggas get you
Yeah.
popping, the women was gonna come through.
the
Yeah,
lingerie
dope.
line comes down later.
yeah. Not only that,
95 lingerie. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, that might come. You know, 95 draws, shirts, thongs, whatever y'all want to do. We might tap in. But I feel like
Skims.
right now, my bread and butter is my hats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm thousands of units of hats.
Everybody needs a hat.
Thousands of units of hoodies, humbly speaking. You know what I'm saying? I know the numbers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is what
Talk
it is.
about
I
it.
gotta stick to that because as long as that foundation is and the evolution and constant rotation, I'll be
Yeah.
able to take off of that and invest in the other
Invest.
things with this constantly moving. So
Or
Yeah.
that's how I want to do it. So every now and then you're gonna see me drop something out the norm.
Yeah.
I mean,
facts.
it might not be every month, but you know, every 3 months you'll see me drop something out
Like
the
every
norm.
season
Test
type
the
shit.
water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Test the water a little bit. I got designs. I got a plethora of designs. I'm not worried about that.
How do
It's
you
really-
come up with your designs? Like you drawing them or like?
Yeah, I mean, I'm YouTube encyclopedia taught. I ain't learned this in school.
or
I got a high school education. I didn't go to college. I'm saying I was in the workforce all my life. One day I'm like, yo, this ain't it. 70 hours, 60 hours a week ain't it for me. You know what I'm saying I want to be able to take some of that time.
What?
Yeah, I was working hard hours. I've been working since I was young.
That's
Right along
crazy.
with everything I was doing, I always knew that we gotta have a foundation and a check coming to me. I always wanted to have that. No matter what I was doing in the street, I wanted to make sure every week I had something coming in that it wasn't a variable on it. I worked for it, it's
Yeah.
gonna be here.
I agree.
So that's how I look at it to this day. I'm always gonna have a little bit of something to contribute to what I'm doing already.
Nah, I feel
You know
that's
what I'm
right.
saying?
As soon
Yeah.
as I was
You have
16,
to.
I went for a job. Like
Yeah,
I
me
couldn't
too.
wait.
yeah, need
I
to.
was working
y'all.
until 16, 15.
The first time I started working, I was 17, but that's because that's when we legally were allowed to. I was living in New York.
Yeah.
But it was McDonald's and I was making good bread. I was working like 25, 30 hours a week right after school. And they was going to hire me the manager. Once they was going to upgrade me, I had to leave. 'cause
Yeah.
I didn't want to start making chicken touch paper. And I'm like, I'm gonna go to college.
It's good structure though. It's good structure. I feel
Yeah.
like working is good structure.
Yeah,
Because
facts.
no matter what once you go to work for yourself, it ain't like you done working.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
doing something for yourself, you working even harder.
But that's
Still
the
working.
You know what I'm
problem,
saying?
though.
Yeah.
There's not an end to this work shit.
Nah.
And that's the problem.
A rich man gonna tell you the only reason I'm rich is because I'm working to this day. I met people that are rich,
Yeah.
that are 60, going into their 70s, and they still working hard.
Yeah, I don't
You know
really
what I'm
want to
saying?
be
You don't
rich, bro. I want to be comfortable with a point where I don't have to worry about money,
Yeah.
but I can still live my life.
That's how I want to.
You feel me? Like because I feel like we're in this such a like a business mindset in the past like 5-10 years. Like everybody want to go grind, everybody trying to get rich, and it's true. Like it's easier to do that, but I feel like people are missing that journey aspect of it, where they just are so focused on the destination. That journey aspect is like people aren't really enjoying it the way they should
Yeah.
be. That I feel like that's what makes life go by so much faster than what it is now. Is because when we was kids, we would sit there and be bored as hell. But now we're old. It's because we keep moving, bro. We don't really get a chance to just stay still. So enjoying that aspect, I feel like that is hard to do for some people, is because of how scary it is to be in your own thoughts.
Yeah.
And
It's a mix of both, bro.
Yeah.
It's a mix of both, I feel like. Because it's like, yo, if you, at some point, you're going to be like, you know what? I got to do something with myself. You know what I mean? And you might find it at 21 years old. Somebody might find themselves at 31 years
34,
old.
5, yeah.
So once you 31 years old, 35 years old, and you like, yo, this is what I want to do, you got to press go.
Yeah,
You got to enjoy it too, you right.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the majority of your time is going to be press and go. Like, yo, let's get this done.
Foot on
You don't
the
I
gas,
can't
for
waste
real.
no more time.
it
Yeah.
always work out.
You
though.
have to
can't-
have your responsibilities on check first for a fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before being like, oh, let's just chill. That I
Yeah.
agree.
But you got to enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
My people's tell me all the time, bro, you did a lot. Sometimes you got to sit back and, look at your accomplishments and let that motivate you too.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
motivation in itself. So sometimes I'm still grinding. I'm still out here doing what I need to do. So
That shit
I look
hard.
past a lot of things, but
Yeah.
to see your product in Africa, to see your product in Spain, which I recently had one of my hoodies in Spain, to see all of the entertainers in it, to see the people coming in my store and like, yo,
That's good
I need
accomplishment.
this, I seen that. I always see your products everywhere. That's humbling. That's the motivation.
Yeah,
You know what
that
I'm
is.
saying?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like a lot of people don't have a business like you do and take it as serious as you do. Like, I believe you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
when you were talking, like, I can tell you genuinely feel how you feel.
Yeah.
So, because of that, I have a question for you.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, name 3 things that you would pick, right? You can only choose 3 things. Like, to make an outfit
Okay.
that would represent you.
So do you mean fabric? Or do you mean
thought the
like
same thing.
like how would you break the three things
Like you
down?
could say shirt, hat, like anything.
Oh, so three articles that make me is definitely gonna be
Fabric. I can't name
a
any
hat.
fabric.
I'm a hat person.
Yeah, you
I
are.
love hats. I love hats.
You had a
Those
hat
one of
that
my-
day, actually.
Yeah, I always got a hat. Don't get me wrong, my hairline right. I might be going gray and all
What's the
that.
second one?
So on point.
I would go second one. Definitely got to be sneakers.
Wait, damn, nigga, you
Man,
got gray hair. I thought
sneakers.
you was around our age.
Yeah, man. Nah, I'm a OG, man. I'm 41 years old this year, man.
Shit.
Yeah,
man.
you know, I look a little younger. I
You
think
young
my-
as hell.
I
That's
think my-
fast.
Definitely look young for your
nigga.
age, bro.
I'm 41 years old.
What's your
man.
third item?
Oh, wait,
I
can
was-
you start from the beginning? I interrupted you.
Oh no
That's why I was
no.
trying to
We
keep
here. We here. I went from the hat. So the hat definitely. I'm not. No. What would you call it? No order.
Yeah.
Just three. So it's gonna be definitely a hat. Sneakers.
It got to be fly.
Definitely sneakers. And
Yeah, for real.
you know what's crazy? I used to be a denim freak. But nowadays, denim don't impress me no more. Like,
Really?
like denim is not big to me. Like, I could go
Yeah.
get a $40 pair of jeans, and they look to me just as good as your purples or
Oh, yeah,
whatever you got
definitely.
on.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, so
It's a
denim
fact.
kind of felt. It's not a necessity as far as a fit for me, but I would say sneakers, hat, and I wouldn't even say shirt too much. I'm more of a jacket type of person. Like, you know what I'm
Word.
saying? I
Word.
feel like that's gonna hold me down more than because with a shirt, I'm more of a plain shirt type of person. I like t-shirts.
Yeah.
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 When I design, it's totally different. My mindset is totally different
sure.
designing. I like rugby shit. I like a whole lot of shit. But when I'm wearing things, I'm older now. I like to be comfortable.
Facts.
So I'm more of a t-shirt, plain t-shirt. I like to have my outer coat speak for me.
Or
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I do the same.
that's how I play with it. Like, well, yeah, I would say the hat, the jacket, and the sneakers. To
Damn.
answer that question, yeah,
That's like who you
yeah, that's
are.
gonna be me. That's gonna if I could wake up and everything I had on was plain,
But the
and
hat, jacket,
and I had
the
three
sneakers.
things to choose that wouldn't be plain. If I had to put on all black,
Yeah.
except for three things, it's gonna be the hat, the sneakers, and the hat, the sneakers, and the jacket. Yeah,
a solid.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good
I
ass
got it.
question. What about you?
yeah, that's a good question.
If I had 3 articles of like clothing, I'd have to like choose to describe me. I mean, definitely, I gotta have a hoodie on.
A hoodie?
Hoodie,
Yeah,
that's a
I'm gonna put a
necessity.
hoodie.
I respect that.
It could be for me. It has to have at least some on it. Like I like subtle anime shit, so like feel me, something that says it but doesn't say it. So it's just like a fire design.
Yeah,
And then
I like
from
that.
there, I gotta go joggers. I always
Oh,
got
yeah.
joggers.
That's a fact.
I'm a sweats jogger person.
Yeah,
too,
you are.
man.
He's an athlete too, like, and you teach parkour and shit, so that definitely makes sense. That's dope.
Yeah. And then lastly, some sneakers, and like that'd be like between like New Balances or like some Vans. Like
Mm,
depends on the colorway.
I like that. Damn, yeah, y'all some fashionable people. I'm over
Yeah,
here still
man.
trying to come up with an
You
answer,
fashionable. See what you doing, man.
bro. I just be knowing how to color coordinate. That's it.
Oh, so that's it. Today's
Oh,
black.
you-
Today's
oh,
learned
bread,
that. It was
exactly. But what about you?
me. I'ma definitely say hat too. You feel me? Definitely got to keep it fitted around.
Yeah, but how you keep the fitted is the fire part too. I like that.
Oh yeah, you feel me? I just keep it to the side. Know
Yeah,
what I mean?
sometimes you got alternate. I be alternating
Yeah.
my shit mid,
Yeah,
whatever. Push it
Feel
back.
me?
Gotta show your hairline, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Now,
My
one
shit
of
is
these
off.
days,
My
right? You
shit
just gotta
lacking.
keep changing the position.
That's
That's
all
all
it
it
is.
is.
Position.
Nah,
The more
definitely
hat.
the hat, some kicks for sure, and I would say like a hoodie,
Hoodie.
cozy shit.
Nigga walking
Word.
around with no pants. And he
Feel me? Free balling and all.
Ooh, style.
that
So when
ass.
he could pull.
Shit.
No, Winnie the Pooh is crazy.
Yeah, but y'all some style niggas. Like, I'm just thinking about what I do for the day to day. My 3 materials would have to be for work and then for out of work because they like 2 different styles.
But if you didn't have a choice,
Like,
if you had to go to work, let's say you had to go to work, you should have the same 3 items,
Yeah,
but you had to go to work the same day. You
Yeah.
ain't have time to come home and shower. No, you had to go from work. But your job don't give you a strict dress code.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
But
like that.
you got to go to work, then you got to go out and play around in the street.
see, I like
What
what
you
I'm
gonna
wearing
do?
right now though. Like, I look calm, but
See,
to
you
be
could
honest,
go to work with that. You got
Yeah.
a nice
Yeah.
overcoat.
Jacket, tee.
some clean dunks, regular jeans, you could pull that off.
Yeah, niggas will fuck with me.
So out of that,
Yeah.
what's
Like-
the 3 things that you choose exactly?
For me,
feel
it would
me?
definitely have to be the underwear that I have on. It's like the boxers, like you got to make sure they're nice and cozy. You can't really have too tight.
I
So
understand that. I wouldn't have went there, but I understand it. I definitely understand
for
it.
real, you got to have really comfortable undies on.
Copy.
A free bullet.
I'm really big on having like fitted pants on. I've never been the baggy shit like or
Yeah.
the super tight. They have to be like just right. You feel me? Like these are the only pants that I've had in a while that it's tight in the right places. Like you feel me? Like it's fitted right here, but then at the bottom it's like still nice and baggy type shit. Like I know that sounded crazy, but like
You did go from underwear to the fitted. It's all good.
I understand.
I haven't even touched upper
He
body
said
yet.
the bottom half is more important than anything.
Those are the
Yeah,
first
because
2
my
things.
hair and like my tattoos and shit, like I look nice up top. So like if I just have a nice calm body, I really be on some Tarzan shit.
Yo,
You just need one more. You just need one more item, man.
Yo, so sneakers,
Yeah, but if I have to choose a shirt,
sneakers, jeans, and drawers.
That's it. He's set. Pulling up to work and pulling up outside after.
I got drawers, jeans, and give me a nice crew neck. I've never really been a hoodie type.
Yeah.
Some hoodies you'll get, it never like covers the way I like it. So I'd rather just not have the hoodie at all and just have the crew neck.
Yeah.
So good underwear, good pants,
I
and
like
a good crew neck.
necks too.
Yeah. I used to have a lot. I have a lot like a good crew necks, but then like a lot of relationships you have. Remember they used to be like, "Oh my god, I want your sweater. Can I borrow your sweater?" And then you break up with them, but you never see it again because you're too scared to you have that conversation again.
Right, you said the phone need to be plugged in, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Make sure.
Oh yeah, the
Nah,
plug
it's
should be
still on right
there.
now, but that was a good call. I didn't
That
even
was
think about
good. We all answered that question too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. How you feeling so far? You like it so
Yeah,
far?
yeah, we goodies, man.
I like
We
getting to
locked
know
in.
people.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shit dope. I would have never guessed you was 41, bro.
Yeah, I get
Nah,
that
for
all
sure.
the time, man.
Yeah,
I
you
get that all
seem
the
way
time.
too like young for me. Like it's
Yeah.
really the outfit. You look really dope right now.
Yo, thanks, man. I'm on my, this my work shit.
You said,
This
you know
my
what I
work
mean?
shit.
Nigga said I'm
You know what I'm
chilling.
saying? This my
Said from
work
out
shit.
of work, then I had some business.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
business.
man.
This is both. That's the luxury I got at Jimmy's. I'm able to put on what I want. You know what I'm saying? I got to put on no uniform for nobody.
You work at
I'm doing
Jimmy's?
so, yeah.
Oh
I work there
shit.
too. Yeah, I'm
That's
there.
fire.
I'm there during the day. Yep.
Damn.
Nah, that's
So I
dope,
might
that's
just
dope.
pop in there and be like,
Yeah,
yo, let me get some
definitely gotta
95.
come through, man.
So you get commission off your own shit or you get it on the check?
No, I get basically like 2 checks. I get a hourly check, then I get my commission check.
Fire.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dope.
Damn, that's crazy.
You said you
Yeah,
definitely got to get this one.
It's a dope experience, man.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I thank God all the time. I'm able to do what I love, be around good people. You know what I'm
Damn,
saying?
we all
Yeah, I thank God all
around
the
each other,
time, man.
bro. And then
Yeah.
we've been working this hard and just now meeting. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's how it is, though. When you're working and you got a goal, but it happens at the right time. Like
Yeah.
we met a
Fact.
few months ago, but
That's a fact. Damn, it's really been since
Yeah,
December.
it's been a few
Facts.
months now.
That's crazy.
So.
It's crazy how you say that. It's because like I feel like when people say they're working hard or they're grinding or some shit, you can tell whether they're lying or not, because if you're grinding and that other person is grinding, like you said, eventually we are
Y'all
gonna meet up.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in the same area type shit. So
But
that's why at the Jungle Squadcast, JSC is our model. Just stay consistent, because eventually y'all are going to believe what we've been building eventually, because it's going to be thrown in your face. Bro,
And
there's
I see
people who
y'all
be like,
working.
yo, I see you on TikTok.
Can I get a clap up for Jungle Squad?
oh man, sir, appreciate it.
See y'all putting in work, man.
Yes, sir,
Hey,
Y'all
appreciate
deserve
that.
it too, man. Y'all deserve y'all flowers too. We gonna give it to y'all before it get. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna run back this episode like, yeah, bro. I already seen Yeah, we gonna
Run that
exactly.
bag. Let's sponsor this nigga's clothes and
Yeah,
shit.
man.
for
Yeah,
real.
I got something for y'all too,
Yeah,
man.
don't
Come
worry.
on,
For
come
real.
to
We're
the
gonna get
shop
you
and
out of
send me-
Jimmy's, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad. I wasn't able to bring a couple more pieces. I wasn't thinking. I was just more focused on making sure I had a good interview with y'all, man.
Yeah, nah, you
the
good.
important part
But
is,
my
man.
office right around the corner, man. So you know, at any time we gonna link. We
Definitely
gonna
gonna tap
get
in,
y'all
for
some
sure.
pieces, man. Definitely.
Nah,
sure, for
definitely,
sure.
bro. Well, obviously, fashionably, you're already in tune with the culture, so we about to get you ready for this little roller coaster we like to call the music segment.
Okay.
You feel me?
I love music. Let's do it.
Yeah, usually I kind of start from the least favorite all the way to like what I like the most. And unfortunately, we are going to start with Playboi Carti. He dropped the
Okay.
music after 5 years of waiting and just foreshadowing of this album, I Am Music, finally dropped. Okay.
Cardi dropped.
Shout out Cardi, man. Playboi Carti, man.
Cardi, word.
What do y'all think about it?
The joints I heard, I like the beats, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really getting too involved in the lyrics shop, but I like the beats he got.
Yeah, I think for me, it wasn't. I listened to the album a couple times just because, like, it came out on Friday and there was 30 songs, and I didn't want to, like, just skim through all 30
songs?
and, yeah,
Oh,
and just
wow.
and then just be like, it was all right, good. It was like I wanted to genuinely think about it, and honestly, after listening to it a couple times, there are a lot of good songs, a lot of good features on that album, and I think, like, for me, like, it's gonna last because they're hits, like, and it's like for the environment, like when you're in like a turned up situation, Cardi would be playing, me in the club, Cardi would be playing, like doing any random shit, those songs would be playing. Like it was a lot to get, like, have to, like, make up for the last 5 years, essentially. Like, you feel me? Like,
Nah, I felt you on that for sure. Like you said, like the music that did, well, the songs that did sound out, the songs that did stand out were like hits. You feel me? So I could see them being around for a long time. It's just crazy to me. Like when he first came out, that sound that he had, like I loved it. I was a big fan. And then now where it's at, it's like he still has some diehard fans. So it's like, it's crazy. Like his fan base is ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
he got a whole 5.
yeah, for me personally, it was like I fucked with the beats more than anything. Like his actual sound is kind of annoying to hear after a few songs.
that's why the features were like, the ones that were like,
To
yo,
me,
this
it
is the
sounded
shit.
like he got a few different styles. Like I heard some songs where he sounded like Future. I heard some songs where he sounded like a little bit like Thug. It's like I hear a lot of influences in him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about him, though. He's like not one dimensional. That's one thing I like about Cardi, man.
Yeah,
That I would have to agree. Just to start off positively, is that one thing about Playboi Carti, he stands out of every single artist that's currently out right now.
Yeah.
When you hear a Carti sound, you know for a fact that's Playboi Carti, and I do appreciate that about him. But it's still adding on to, like, he's more proof that people still don't know how to make albums. Bro,
Yeah.
it's not the amount of songs that matters, bro. It's really the content.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I don't know if it's either my age or like just where I'm at personally in my life, that sound, that it's not for me, bro. It's just literally, it's just not for me.
I'm like that too.
Yeah, this is the worst album to me that I heard so far in 2025. It's, to me, I'm never going back to it. I can't believe you had Kendrick on your album 3 times and strike the fuck out.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm talking about like
I gotta listen to them
Boston
joints, man.
Yankees,
Yeah, I
nigga,
gotta listen
and
to
like
them joints.
the Boston was just straight ass, and like, you feel me, like, bro, he was the Boston, he was not the Yankees. All right, and that's a bad thing. I'm saying that.
Nah, Kendrick definitely came with his bars.
That shit was
though. Like,
ass, bro. I let
crazy,
everybody talk before I said anything. Let me do my shit, bro. Bro, I'm telling you right now, I listened to this Kendrick shit. I'm like, bro, first of all, he's proving everybody's point. All the Drake hate, like the Drake stands point is that he cannot make good music unless it's like on some toxic shit or like drama shit or some threatening shit. Like them hit songs, bro. I'm playing that to go to sleep. I'm not playing that for nothing else. Like, Kanye was absolutely right. He said what everybody's thinking. Kendrick can rap. We are all, the entire world is in agreement to that. But bro, you are not a vibe, bro. You're not a vibe for the club. You are not
different
really.
type of music, man.
You were a vibe for the club. You did that. You have songs that are vibes, but you as a person, when you created those vibes, I know for a fact you didn't even enjoy making those. So it was just like, nigga, you did that for us, but we just don't like you, like, naturally. Like,
You made this song
like,
from a rage.
That's how it is, though.
but I like his music though, and I like him as an artist, and I like his rap shit, and I like what he has to offer to hip hop. But I just think him and Cardi was just an unnecessary collaboration. The music itself was sounding like it's like a rock hip hop, and I'm not really a fan of the rock hip hop. It's just the certain sounds, the certain frequencies, the BPM, the beats was just like not matching what he was actually saying. It was just,
I see a lot of
it was
artists
too much.
doing that now.
It was a lot of good songs. Like out of 30 songs, 15% of it were like digestible.
Okay.
So for him, that's great. But for me as a fan of music, when I want to listen to an album and I'm also waiting for, he's going to make money off those 15%, of course, but I'm waiting 5 years for you to drop some shit. And after next month,
Yeah,
before
as a fan,
spring hits,
that's not-
nobody's going to remember
Yeah,
this.
as a fan, that's not a good look.
Yeah.
I always feel like an album should be like a book. You got your introduction, you got your chapters,
Feel me?
you got
Body
your
of work.
ending. That's all, you know, I'm from an era artists like Nas and Jay-Z. And not, you know, some people just use those names, but when you really listen to their bodies of work,
They have some
Biggie,
shit to say, bro.
Yeah.
not only that, it's structured correctly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got your introduction, you got your middle of it where they might do a big skit. You got your few songs at the end, which kind of put you into like a mood where it's like, you know, it's the end of the album. Like it was put together like a book. You know what I'm
They
saying?
both
People don't
did
do
that.
that shit no more.
Yeah, but they took it even a step further, bro. Jay-Z and Nas, who you mentioned, by like their albums, they aren't the same albums that that they had before. It was like every single album, it was like they were showing the new phase and experience in their life.
It was
You feel
themed,
me?
yeah.
Jay-Z right now, he didn't drop Blueprint 7. He fucked around and said drop 444 and this is where he's at in his life. He's not reliving the like highest times of his life. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I just feel like Playboi Carti, and with this album, he just made a playlist album. And to me, like, this is all what today's artists are capable of doing.
Yeah, it
They
shows a
cannot
level of
out-
artistry, man.
Yeah.
To me, it shows a level of artistry.
Yeah, it's very
You know what I'm saying?
surface
You can
level.
only be, to me, you can only be at a certain level if you're unable to accomplish these certain things in music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But he has a strong fan base, which is crazy. So people do like him.
Yeah.
So I don't want to shit on him and be like, he's ass. But
I think he's dope.
Yeah.
I think he's like you were saying, he's just not my style of
Yeah.
music. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It doesn't really take away from what I think he brings to the table.
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody teaches on, man. Like the younger generation, we had drill rap. That's not my style of music either, but I could find talent in it if I
Yeah,
go listen
exactly.
to it. There's a lot of
Awful.
talented artists that came from that genre.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like, you know,
I found some songs, like I said, really good in that album. I definitely don't think it was absolutely amazing. That's why even when I described that, I said there's songs for like each playlist, like for when I'm doing certain things, and you put it into good words again, like it's playlist music.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
exactly what it is.
the album to me was, and asking around, like the album honestly, like for a lot of people was like mid, like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I feel like it was the anticipation and like the
Dragging it.
literally the anticipation
cloud
that
around
built
that
it
made
up
it
the
so
most.
good.
Like the little snippet here, you feel me? It was just more of the tease and the build up that like honestly made the numbers for me.
Not to sidetrack too, that's what I'm also scared about for J. Cole, is that he's been really, really just promoting the shit out of that Fall Off album, and I just don't think is going to live up to the hype. And I think that's what's in his mind as he's allowing us to anticipate this album, and I just think he should just drop it. You feel me? But out of 10 for Playboi Carti, I Am Music, I'm gonna rate it probably in the like a 5-6 area. It's not something that I would go back to at all. The songs that I did like, I only liked them for the features. His performance was great on the features that he had with Kendrick, though. I personally think that Carti saved the song. Like that backdoor song,
Yeah.
that shit was hard because of him. So
Yeah.
like he did not. His performance in certain songs is great, but I think he has an identity crisis in his music. He doesn't know what to like stay loyal to for his
Yeah,
sound.
that's what I was saying. That's why I feel like he give me Thug influences. He give me like Future. I hear a lot of that, and you know, different stuff. Not only is that the thing I like about him, but like you're saying, that's the thing that's confusing when you were
Who are you?
when you're a fan of music. It's like, yo, I want to. What are you?
You
Like,
know what
what I mean?
Drake is gonna do on
Yeah.
a song. You know what Wiz is gonna do. You know what Future, Lil Wayne, like. But when Playboi Carti comes, it's like it's kind of like you're just a commercial level of what everybody else sounds like right now.
Yeah,
But you just have a lot more fans in them.
yeah.
So it's like you're not really special. You're just opportunistic. You feel me? You right place, right time. I would say you work like you feel me. I don't know.
So I got a good question, not to stray too much off of that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like these two, him and Uzi, are like in the same realm as far as
I hate that
their
guy.
fame, their fan base, their age, their demographic. What do you think separates them? Who do you think is the bigger artist out of them two?
Playboi and Uzi?
Yeah.
I would probably have to go with Uzi,
Yeah.
But I don't appreciate Uzi. That's a totally different conversation, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I did appreciate Uzi on this album, on Carti's album.
Which
that shit was
song?
good. I think it was something Twin.
Oh, he's on
Twin
Cardi
number,
album
some
too?
shit.
Yeah, I think
Carti's
you're right.
album.
I
This
think,
towards
and
the
that
end.
was one of the better. And I would say Uzi is probably more like versatile than Playboi Carti. And the songs that Uzi can make, if he takes like music seriously, it would be way more substantial than Playboi. Playboi is more for like a certain area, and
Twin
I feel like
Yeah.
Lil Uzi can reach a wider audience.
Yeah,
Lil
I definitely feel like that.
Yeah, I think you nailed it with that because I was
Yeah, I
literally gonna say the
definitely
same
feel like
thing. He's a little bit more versatile.
I go 7.5 for the album. That's
7?
Okay.
7.5. Yeah.
Oh, 7.5. That's valid.
Yeah, I'll give it a
Can't
7.
rate it. I haven't heard the full album.
I respect that.
Respectable.
But what
From
you
what
heard
I've
so far?
heard, it's hard to say because I gotta hear the full body of
Digest
music
it?
too before I even give him a rating. I ain't gonna do him like that. Yeah,
Nah, I feel you. I heard that shit. I've been hearing it since Saturday. I heard it a little bit more today, and I was just like, nah.
Does
But
does the computer have to be on for the charger to work, by the way, or are we good?
nah, it should be fine.
Alright.
But one of the newer artists, because I was really struggling to find new music that dropped, but there was just one new artist that I've been paying attention to lately, and I wanted you guys to hear about it. His name is DaBaby, not DaBaby, DaBaby. Like today's artists are really, really creative with their like monikers. I'm very, very proud with how
DaBaby.
Yeah, it's so easy to tell them all apart. You feel me? Lil Uzi, Lil Wayne, Little
you're
Mouse.
either little or baby nowadays.
To be
Yeah.
honest.
If you don't have a little or a baby in your name, I don't think you can.
Hey, baby.
Damn, I was just about to say that. I think my like alias now, not alias. What's it called? When you have like a different personality.
Alter ego.
Alter. There's another word for it though.
Yeah,
Persona. That's the one. Like my other persona would be ape baby. Yeah, ape baby.
Ape baby.
Baby Banks.
Baby.
Baby Banks sound fire though.
Banks.
Yeah, that is fire.
I think baby in the front sound better than ape baby. Baby ape sound.
You got to
better.
do an EP with that name.
Baby Banks,
Word.
right?
Baby Banks.
Baby Banks.
That's fire.
It's official,
Get
y'all.
like, yo, just get like 5 fire beats. Just say whatever the hell you want to say.
Nah, I mean, go
I'm the
dumb.
nickname
I'm
king.
going to the booth
95
after this.
Trafficking in the video.
Yeah, we throw
Really?
some merch.
Heard it here now.
We
Dropping
throw
a
some
5-pack.
merch in. Yeah.
On the way.
Yeah, let's get it. We'll get you
Baby
locked
Banks.
in. So me Scoops
Facts,
probably
Baby
get you
Banks.
locked in.
You dig?
Nah, but seriously, DaBaby, he dropped an album called Miss Salazar, and it's a 26-pack. And I'm gonna be honest, this album was really refreshing to me. It was a good listen. It's something that I can personally rock to sonically.
Yeah.
It's more of my demographic, my style. It was a little bit similar to the like Playboi Carti, where it was like more of a playlist album. But the difference is, I knew for a fact that DaBaby, even though that name is a little typical, when you listen to Miss Salazar's album, you can tell he knows who he is in the album.
Yeah.
He has an identity, he has a flow, he has a level of consistency.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where it's not redundant. He was versatile enough to make each song sound dynamic and distinctive from each other, which I really appreciated.
I agree.
Yeah, it was really good, man. I enjoyed this album like a lot. I don't know all the features because he's more of a newer artist. I just found out DaBaby's from Texas. He lives in Texas and he's actually from like Ohio or some shit. So yo, if y'all haven't heard, go check out DaBaby, Miss Salazar's album. Have anybody else got a chance to listen to it? That Thing song, that's my shit.
Ting, ting.
I listened to that album and I was actually like surprised that I liked it way more than Carti's album. For me, again, like I agree with everything you said. I thought sonically it was way better. Like I could sit there and digest it more, and I've noticed I had way more favorites like added to my playlist compared to what I had with Carti.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't even with features for DaBaby.
Yeah,
Like,
he
it
was
just
dolo
him
on it.
going
Yeah.
crazy. And
Yeah,
all the beats
body
are
in the
unique.
songs.
Like
Yeah.
I felt like for me, like what's his name? Jello.
Jello,
Jello.
yeah.
I feel like that's what Jello needs to go into. Like that, what DaBaby brings is like what I expect from him when he drops an album. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
or
Jello is a little. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
no,
interrupt.
that was a
Jello is a little like different because he's already digging himself into a hole.
Yeah.
Because he already is kind of showing that he's a one-trick pony. That same formula for Tweaker, he came out with a song with Glorilla this past week, and it was practically identical. So if you're going to keep doing that, I already know for a fact that you can't create an album.
That's what I'm saying. Like I hope, like what I would hope for G-Lo is exactly what DaBaby's doing. Like the flow for him is like
Yeah.
like,
but
amazing.
I feel like it doesn't not to cut you off.
No, you
I
go.
feel like it doesn't necessarily mean that he won't have a career, because you look at an artist like D-Lo, whatever his name is, right?
Ooh, no, DaBaby.
No.
Jello?
No. What's bro name? D-Lo. What's his name? D-Lo.
Boss Man D-Lo?
Boss Man D-Lo. You
Oh,
look
yeah.
at Boss Man D-Lo, right? He got the same formula. I don't know how good his album was, but
I
he
see what
made a
you're saying.
career off of, you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
has a
his
good
last album was
following
good.
now. He's able to make money on shows.
It's like if you could
You
take
know what
that
I'm saying?
formula and know how to like flip it in a
Yeah.
versatile way where it's not the same
Yeah, not the
song,
same, but
same
it's
beat,
like,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
go with that same formula that's working.
But if
think
you
it should
have
work
that,
for
you feel me? If you have a skill, you also got to know how to utilize it to your advantage and not kind of like run it to the ground to your disadvantage.
Yeah,
So a lot
that's
of
true,
niggas
too.
with these who are one trick ponies and have same flows, what they do is they collab with other people who are opposite of them, so they sound like they stand out versus it's like some different
Yeah,
shit.
you gotta
But if you
do
go and collab on an album or make an album, you have to make, bro. It's just the skill of making an album is really being lost, and we are not valuing that at all. Like we are not appreciating or worried about how people really aren't skillfully able to make a good album. You know how many artists drop weekly, and the best album that I've heard within the last year is from Doechii, and that's not bad or anything, but I'm saying like she's the only one in like the last 10 years that can make like a great album. I'm not
Yeah.
even going back to Drake's album. I'm not going back to GNX shit. I'm not going back to these niggas, but like it's just the value of an album, the art of creating it from top to bottom. It's practically becoming extinct. I don't know which one is going to come
Undervalued.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think the female artists are doing a better job like constructing those albums and like coming up with those timeless pieces. But like to get back to like
Yeah.
DaBaby, I feel like his sound was like kind of nostalgic to me. It kind of like brought me back to like when J.I. and all of them was like coming up with that sound.
Yeah.
What was that, like 20? What was it? 20? Not 20.
2020,
2015.
2021.
Yeah, nah, yeah.
He first started getting.
Oh, no, he got popping
2021.
around like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like around that era. That's what that sounded for me like. But I feel like he has similar sounds, but like you said, he knows his sound as an artist. Like he's not
Yeah.
still searching and like reaching too far, being versatile. Like,
Yeah, solid
fucked with him.
foundation. You feel me?
and for him to be a newer artist, like
Yeah, and I think
up.
that's what Carti's issue was, is that we, like you say, Carti started with a single sound that you liked at the beginning, but then yes, he eventually evolved, But what happens with evolving, you cater to so many different people that now when you make an album, you're thinking about how to make sure that everybody, all the fans that I've built up will come and listen to this album. So, but because of that, I don't think all of, like, we won't ever get a solid album is because not every fan fucks with every single side of the artist. You feel me? Or like every single new journey or decision that you decide to like go on. You
gotta be a fan, like
You're
a
too much
genuine fan.
responsible as an artist. You're taking on too many responsibilities.
Yeah, like after Man on the Moon too, Kid Cudi, I was good. Like
That's funny. He was exactly in my head about that. I was like, yeah, Kid Cudi did not get love after everything that happened.
But you look at hip hop 20 years ago where people were just making music for their neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they didn't think outside of the box. They didn't think about who was listening in London,
Yeah,
who was
exactly.
listening in Texas.
Making music for
I'm
themselves.
saying if you was in Queensbridge, they were making music for people in Queensbridge. That sound expanded outside of your neighborhood. It wasn't because it was catered to other people. It's because they wanted to see what was going on here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think a lot of music lacks. It lacks that identity of what, like you said, who are you? What you want to be? Like,
That's a good point, because I feel like that's probably a reason why a lot of artists fall off. Like, it's like they cater to like the bigger audience once they get to those stages, and it's like they lose their identity in a sense.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not making music for myself anymore.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
agree.
speak no names, but I feel like a lot of artists fell off for that same reason. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, that was a good point. I like that.
Yeah. Wow, we really broke down DaBaby. I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5. Miss Salazar is something I'm definitely gonna go back to. I already added like 3-4 songs on the playlist. It's solid. It's a newer artist, so if you guys haven't heard of him, definitely go check that out. Anybody else?
Or definitely an 8.5 for me too.
I get 8.5 it too.
Yeah.
Another artist I haven't really tapped in with, but I will give him this. He's been buzzing on the internet. I see him all over YouTube, and I did listen to a few of his songs.
Yeah.
He's putting pain, pressure into his music.
Exactly.
You hear the choruses, you hear the 16 bars, you hear things put together in the music format that I'm used to. So that's what I do like about him. He's a young dude, but he's putting together real good music.
Yeah.
It's formatted the way that I like to hear it. I like the harmonies. I love all that. So
And
I'm going to tap in with him.
I don't know where he
got.
got that shit, bro. He had the most dopest, like, it was like a 3-piece ape ring, and it was like APE.
Yeah, he got style.
That
He
shit was
definitely-
fire, and I was like,
That's
damn,
fire.
I need to get that.
Yeah,
I need that.
Style too.
Yeah,
I
that
like
shit was
seeing
hard.
that all over the world.
Yeah.
I like seeing swaggy people all over the world, man. But
Yeah, I
I'ma
don't
tap
even like
in with him.
jewelry, but like
Yeah.
that, I like apes and shit, and I was like, damn, that was dope. It was like in the video, it showed like the right way. Like I would sit here chill like this, like what's good, like
He definitely gave me like
Yeah,
that Mexican cartel persona type of thing. I see in him a little bit.
Some light skin niggas
Yeah,
will,
so
for
it's
sure.
dope. I like him. I like him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap in with him, man.
Yeah,
I like
hell
him.
yeah.
I like Young Boy.
But you know 4 Bats though, right?
No, I don't.
4 Bats. See, what's the song that I feel like you know?
I come and slide by 8 p.m.
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
That
that's him.
song y'all just played for me was pretty dope.
Mortal
too.
Yeah,
Kombat.
that was the
yeah,
same.
he
It
just
give me
dropped.
personally, it give me like a Tory Lanez weekend, like you were saying.
Yeah, like
type
a
of
whole
vibe.
weekend for me.
Yeah,
I think
but
a
it was
Drake
definitely
Jr.
hard. It was definitely hard.
I think a Drake Jr. You know,
Nah.
Drake
signed
Jr.?
him, though. I mean, didn't Drake
Drake
sign
signed
him?
him?
I wouldn't call him a Drake Jr. though.
I would say like a weekend junior.
Drake Ty Dolla Sign
I
Jr.
feel like Drake and
Could
like
go on.
Bryson Tiller did a fusion dance. You'd get 4 Bats.
So we just gonna call him
Bryson
Junior?
Tiller.
That's what we doing?
I mean, he's like a something that we have already heard, but it's just he makes good music. It's a good music.
I feel like the music he makes though is branching off a little bit. That's why, like you said, a junior, he's not like, all right, this sounds just like somebody else.
It's like referenced.
That's what he said, a
I
fusion of
respect
sorts,
it. I
like-
respect it because he's kind of like divvying his own little lane in a sense. Like he's taking that old sound music.
Yo, 4 Bats, we calling
a
you
little bit of a
Junior
new
until
sound.
we hear something. We gonna let you grow. We gonna let you grow. Right now, you Junior over here,
Let us know
man.
when you see it.
Yeah, man. You step outside of that lane, let us hear something, man.
Man, why we stuck that nigga like that?
Four bats I got left. Y'all listen. If you ever listen to tap into the podcast, man, we got love for you, man.
I was saying the song is fire. Like I appreciate the concept. It was Mortal Kombat, and like one thing about the song was like the visualizer was a little boring, but the concept behind it, like it was basically he was kind of like rehashing a very toxic relationship, and songs like that to me always hit base to me because I'm like I was born in toxic relationships, like you feel me? So it was great.
But that's what music's supposed to be. It's supposed to tap. So a song's supposed to tap you.
It relates. It puts me in a vibe. So when I'm in that vibe, I can be like, okay, this song can help me like realize that I'm not alone in this, so I can feel better after. So Fort Bats, bro, great R&B song. I'm not really too big on his entire catalog, so that's why I really wanted to give him his flowers for this song in particular, because sometimes it's good to branch out and show your versatility and what you got in your bag type shit, so other people can fuck with you. It's just, to me, I don't think it's great to do that for an album. You feel me? But whatever, man. I'm gonna give this song a 10 out of 10. I don't got too much to say about this. This was a great song, man.
For me, I felt like just like from Four Bats, like what I've seen so far, I think I was a little surprised with Mortal Kombat, especially just with the title. It sounds like you're about to kill it with some shit, but like, but then you just came in with a totally different approach, and at first glance, you're like, from from what I've heard already from Four Bats, but then like really going back to, I'm like, I can enjoy this song for what it is, like, and it was a good bop.
Yeah, I would have to me, out of all the songs we were speaking of, that's probably the one that's going to be on the most repeat.
I'll give it a 7.
I could get some head to that.
You said a 7?
Yeah, it's 7s, man.
Damn.
Yeah,
is that lower? Is that bad or good? The 7?
Yeah, that was a low one for me.
No, wait. 8, because I gave Carti 7.5, so it was above.
8?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give it a 9.5 personally. Like, I think they got a lot of repeat value for me as well.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I feel like the visuals is a little boring, but I still salute to him as far as like his visuals, because I feel like you could tell he's like tapped in with like the ideas. Like, I feel like he has a similar theme in a lot of his visuals, and I like his vision for it. It still gives like, all right, I'm gonna show you how the trenches type of like feel. I'm gonna still dress in a beater type of vibe with the ski mask. You feel me? So like,
he's very introspective for sure, and I feel like there's not a lot of artists like that in their music. They're like that probably socially, but they're not like that really in their music. And I can sense the level of vulnerability that Four Bats had in the song. And I just thought it was very open and honest. And I always appreciate artists who can be that like open in the beginning.
I like that.
I feel like Four Bats and Leon Thomas need a song together.
For sure.
That would be a crazy collab, bro.
That would be dope.
After hearing Mortal Kombat, I was like, they could use a collab together.
Yeah, and you know what? They got to do it at the Tiny Desk. That would be dope. Like a nice Tiny Desk with them too.
Drop the song, then get them on Tiny Desk.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
Four Bats to me, I think, what would I say? From a business standpoint, I think that video was really dope from a business standpoint. I know it didn't cost him nothing.
Yeah, for real.
I know it didn't cost him
Literally.
nothing. You're going to get what's just
That's
due
what
to
I'm
him.
thinking too.
And also from an artistic standpoint, I like the reflection of him sitting in the back and him sitting in the front, all in the one capturing it together. From an artistic standpoint, I really like that. The song itself, for me to go anything, this is just me, you know what I'm saying? For me to go anything above a 7, I gotta be able to put it in my playlist. And I'm a mood person. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I do have R&B.
Word.
But I like to get up and go. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I don't think that song would go into my playlist.
For sure.
So I'm going to give it a 7. I'm going to give it the top of the top without going into my playlist. That's a 7.
Nah, that's respectable.
I mean, y'all both kind of like are in agreement. I fuck with it.
I respect that.
And we kind of in agreement.
In the same boat.
Yeah. Maybe I went too high for a 10. I'm going to go back down to 9.5.
So I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
I just try to save face because we just called that nigga like Junior for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we did call him
Boy.
Junior, man. No
Little ass
disrespect.
boy.
Little boy.
Definitely a dope artist though. From what
Nah,
I've seen,
for
definitely
sure.
a dope artist.
Especially for his
Baby
bracket
back.
right now, like his age bracket and all of that coming up, like he's in a different sound. Like
Yeah,
all these
definitely.
younger children, all these YNs coming up right now, they into that drill, like harder beat type of shit. So
Yeah,
I
they're
respect
into a
his sound.
totally different, and the drill sounds. It's like you gotta be on some type of cardio workout regimen in order to keep up with the type of music these young people are like dancing to.
They
the
be
beat
rapping
is
and jump roping at the gym.
and the
Yeah,
rapping
if
is
you're
so
not jumping
fast now.
around,
Like,
yeah.
they're,
So-
I don't know how they're getting high, drinking lean, and doing all this and rapping and jumping around so much like this. And bro,
maybe that's the
Already
secret,
functional,
man.
bro.
no wonder they dying so
Demographics,
early,
yeah.
nigga. They heart is overworked. Like it's either
They
a
heart is
bullet or a heart
You
attack.
say y'all overworked.
Workhorse.
Yeah, you overworking backwards too. Like
Yeah.
not even to better you, like to fuck it up. Like
Word, yeah, word, bro.
overwork this shit into writing better lyrics, not jumping around in your fucking video going.
Yeah, but you gotta climb out of that because that's not gonna make you an artist. Real music don't make you a dope artist, and a lot of the dope artists that graduated, if you graduated from drill music, it's only a few of them. Dirk had to stop making drill music.
Yeah,
Herb.
And it's
yeah,
not
change
because
your
it
sound.
wasn't profitable, but because you're not a real artist just doing drill music.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get the features you want. You're not gonna make the music you want
That's
to
a
make.
fact.
You know what I'm saying?
He definitely adapted very, very well.
Yeah, it takes. There's not a lot of them that's gonna be able to.
But
do
a
that.
lot of artists also adapted to like his style as well. Like
Yeah, that's true, too.
He has a very strong influence in today's
That's true
music.
too, definitely.
I don't want to like Chicago has a heavy influence, and I think they got quiet after some time now. Now it's like really on some West Coast shit right now.
Yeah.
But they for like right before Migos took over, they were holding shit down. That whole 300, like
Yeah.
what's his name, Chief Keef, yeah, and
Kanye from
Fredo
Chicago.
Santana,
Yeah,
right, no,
from
there was
Chicago,
another one. I
too.
think his name was Lil Baby. He was dope. When I
not Lil Baby.
Lil Reese.
Nah, it was G
Reese.
Herbo and him and
Oh,
it
Lil
was
Bibby.
called Bibby, yeah.
Bibby,
It was
Bibby,
called
Bibby,
Water. Yeah. I remember
Bibby
that
was
song.
dope
That
for a
song was
minute,
fire.
Yeah, Bibby was dope.
So they had a whole wave
Yeah.
going. So I
Hell
definitely
yeah.
appreciate the influence that they have.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
Sure.
that actually concludes my music segment. Thank you for tuning in. Please go listen to Fort Bats, Mortal Kombat, DaBaby, Miss Salazar.
All
And
that.
for those who appreciate Playboi Carti, I Am Music.
Tap
I'm gonna pass
in.
it to
Go
my
check that
boy,
out.
my brother, my ride or die, my guy.
Tight
who's
shit.
guy.
That shit.
You
Type
feel me?
shit.
Yes.
Mr. Rad, what we got
Cardi.
going on in the world, bro?
Cardi may be music, but I am here with Trendy. What's good?
I like that.
Trendy.
Before we move on, music wise, I don't know if you guys heard because it did get like taken down, but obviously if you go on YouTube, you can find it. P. Diddy technically just dropped a song with Kanye West and Northwest. Did you guys hear it?
No, I didn't get a chance to tap
Lonely
in with
roads still go to sunshine, bro.
That's the name of the song?
Yeah.
Why is the name of the song? Why is it so long?
them. That's to be
Why-
I
expected.
hear what you said.
Paragraph,
Lonely
bro.
roads go to sunshine.
Let me see.
If anybody's gonna come up with a name like that, it would be Kanye.
Lonely roads still go to sunshine.
Lonely roads still go. He got it still.
And he got P. Diddy on this song.
Yeah.
Damn.
Puff Daddy. Yeah, apparently
Copy.
the song got taken down because Kim K like obviously put out her opinion on what she felt, and she thought that she didn't want to have North's name associated with P. Diddy because she recently not recently, but she trademarked Northwest's name
in all her businesses and shit, right?
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
She told Kanye, she said, obviously, like, I have her trademarked and I don't want her to be affiliated with that. You need to take this song down. And Kanye got upset. He was like, amend it or I'm going to war. Like, he was going off on Twitter about that shit. Of
course.
But in the end, he posted like the text messages, but he ended up deleting that and he ended up taking down the song. I still heard it, obviously. It was a pretty good song, and don't get me wrong. It was cool because P. Diddy's son was on it. I believe Chris Combs was on the song.
Damn, I actually did hear that
crazy.
Diddy's son was on the song as well. But
Jasmine
to be
Williams.
honest, I really think that Kanye just needs like a solid ass whooping, because why would you just not discuss with the mother of your child about getting on a feature with a pedophile in jail
Someone on
who has thousands of baby oil,
Allegedly.
has a
Allegedly.
Rico. He has thousands. That was confirmed. He has thousands. I didn't say he was guilty, but he has thousands of baby oil. That's a fact.
No, that's a fact.
What's alleged is whether they were drugged or not.
The main thing I heard that Kanye ended up letting P Diddy release the song is because he was helping P Diddy basically keep like money coming in
Yeah, I
from like
respect
everything
that.
that's going on, and you know, like as the game went on, like back in the day, like
What they gotta do with
P
North
Diddy
West,
helped Kanye get to where he is as well too. So he's just showing his love back, saying like, you know, I got you here, man.
All right,
Like,
but keep
shit
my
ain't
child
fair.
out of it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like if I'm Kim King, I dead ass agree. Like, you,
Yeah, I
all
would
right,
agree
that's
with
your
that.
man's cool, but you
You
feel
don't
me?
need to bring North into this.
Yeah.
It is a bad look. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. Maybe like North and her dad have an understanding where like maybe Kim just might be too strict,
Pause.
and she doesn't want. What?
Oh, you said Diddy and like,
No, I said North and Kanye have an understanding.
oh yeah, pause. You feel me? Because any type of understanding, including Diddy, you got an understanding with Diddy. Nah, like
No,
that's
North
a child.
and Kanye.
Yeah, so what? North
But-
and Kanye have an understanding that I'm going to Diddy's house.
No.
Whatever that
My
is,
understanding was that I just
that's
meant
weird.
making. Well, I was trying to get at maybe they have an understanding more on like where North wants to be making music wise, and yes, it is
Oh,
something like something shock value. But if you look back as of recent, we know that Kanye West loves shock value, and I think doing that definitely made the song bigger than what it became, what it is. Because
I mean, I
of
don't
it.
care about the song. To me, I think the importance is how the parents are handling the decisions of what the child should be doing, and
Right.
that being in the public. Like the song's a song. I don't really fuck it, but like just imagine having to decide like certain decisions and your child is just sitting there. It's like just being pulled.
Yeah,
both
like a tug of war
directions.
type
Yeah.
thing.
So I think out of everyone who's the victim, it is North, but Kim K has every right. Like it's just like the Haley and DDG conversation when DDG brought the child. Okay, cool, yeah, that's his child. Of course, he's not gonna let anything happen to it. But not having that discussion with the parent before you
mom,
make
yeah.
decisions that you know for a fact they might not be comfortable with because you know that person, you had sex with that person. I think that's a little bit selfish.
That's typical Kanye though. Like he's definitely the type to do whatever he wants and beg for forgiveness later. You feel me? For lack of better words, but
Maybe I'm getting too old, but I'm tired of seeing the same pattern over and over again.
yeah. But that's Kanye. It's not. It's like not something where it's like, all right, we have to just accept it because of who he is. But it's just like it's to be expected. But I definitely think Kim handled it the right way.
Do you
Yes.
have kids?
No, I don't got no kids, but I feel like it's a money grab, man. Kanye,
Oh yeah.
see what I'm
Kanye's
saying?
always chasing. I feel like now in his career, he's just chasing the next big thing.
He's a
He released
businessman.
a T-shirt with the swastika all
Yeah.
over it. It's like he's chasing the shock value. He's chasing the next big thing. He wants to be the most controversial.
Would you put a
That's what-
swastika on like a 95 and a swastika on a shirt?
Nah, man, we not doing that, man. There's so many other ways to be creative.
Yeah,
and
everybody,
to
for sure.
dive into things that affected people.
And bigger than you, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
childish.
come on, you could do more than
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You could expand your mind more than that. Kanye's a genius. That's not genius work. You know what I'm saying? So
Or stand there.
You think
Nah.
because Kanye knows that he's a genius that now he's just not doing anything? Well, I feel like Kanye knows that he's perceived as a genius, so he takes advantage of how we think of him and just throws anything in our face because
Yeah,
he
I
knows
believe
we'll
the same
accept it as
thing.
face
I
value.
believe the same thing, man.
That's scary though, because we're just basically literally being manipulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Like
abusing
big
it at this
business. Yeah, that's crazy.
point. Dragging it.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Well, fuck it. The song ain't up in
Fuck
there.
it.
But recent news, it ain't recent. I mean, obviously y'all are aware because these niggas is always beefing. 50 and Rick Ross is back at it with some more shit, bro. This nigga 50 was being a little bit childish because apparently Rick Ross is opening up for Bow Wow during the Millennium Tour. And this nigga was like, "Oh, niggas got a little quiet when you
So
start
you opening up for
when you start
Bow
opening
Wow.
up for Bow Wow, huh?"
That's
Bro, that shit was
crazy.
funny.
To me, that
Wait,
whole
say that
beef.
again? 50 Cent opened up for Bow Wow?
No. Rick Ross is opening up for Bow Wow during the Millennium Tour, and 50 Cent started clowning him. It was like, niggas get real quiet when they opening up for Bow Wow, huh?
Why is Rick Ross opening up for Bow Wow? That is hilarious.
Apparently, I mean, it might have to do with like the fact that Rick Ross doesn't even like get a lot of ticket sales as of late, bro. His shows have been
Nah,
really
he got
he came
punched
out
in,
here.
when he went to Canada, he got punched by a white boy in the face. After that, nigga, he lost all clout and
He
respect.
came into out here to the Total Mortgage Arena. There was like 30 people there.
Damn.
Y'all remember that? This was like 2-3 years ago.
We
That's
talked about
crazy.
that. We did talk about that on the pod.
Damn.
Yeah,
Shit was crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, Rick Ross, he probably making a lot more money, but now,
Chicken
but
money.
I think Rick Ross would be a lot more respected as a person if he just returns to being a correctional officer.
So go back and work for the government.
Yeah, like don't like go back to like you like how you said like when people branch out and they evolve and do all this crazy shit, they don't touch back with who they are. They forget who they really are. Rick Ross really forgot, like, nigga, you are the feds. You need to go back to your
You
roots.
are the feds.
Like,
nah,
they
he a
respect you more.
businessman though. He really got bread. I feel like he just needs to just keep tapping into like the liquor and all those behind the scene
I mean, it's funny
shit. Like,
because
stay out the
talking
music.
about him being a money man, he literally came back at 50 and he was mentioning how he was like, yo, and he did it before back in like 2018, but he's like, yo, 50, like, don't make me buy your masters. I'll buy your masters right now, bro.
I saw that shit.
Crazy.
Y'all think he can really do that?
Why did the beef start? Is it just because of that Bow Wow shit that it all started?
No.
Oh, they beefed day back.
Yeah, they've been beefing for a
Beefed day
while.
back
I was about to say that.
As of
Yeah, but it
recently,
just started
was,
back up again.
It was because Rick Ross and
It was
I
the
could be
Meech.
wrong.
It was the big
Yeah, that
Meech.
BMF shit.
With the BMF shit,
Oh,
Rick Ross started
yeah.
hanging out with Big Meech, and 50 being petty didn't like it, and then that's why BMF
And
They've
ended
been
up getting
taking
dropped.
jobs at each other for the last 5-6 years.
Bro
back
ended
and
an
forth.
entire show because of beef.
How y'all feel about that though? Like, cause to me, that's the biggest part of the whole beef right now. Is like the whole like Lil Meech and Big Meech just switching sides like that. Like, how y'all feel about that?
To be honest, I think 50 Cent, as much as like, let's look at it in two ways. The first way is as a fan, right? This is entertaining as fuck. This is cool to watch, and I love everything burning down. As a like, this is cool to watch. This is great content.
Sure.
We get to come here and talk about it. This is great. But the other perception is, say if I'm like his friend or like some shit, and I'm looking at him going online constantly trolling and doing all this, and I'm like, bro, aren't you like, can't you be like my grandpa type shit? Like, why are you doing this? You feel me? Like, it's funny, cool, ha ha. And yes, this is who you are, but at the end of the day, Meech and Ross been had a relationship way before that BMF show shit. Yeah, you bought the rights to. You feel me? They go way back. They has think I'm Big Meech.
Yeah, it's been in my head this whole time.
Whipping work. Hallelujah. One Nick, like, you feel me? They went like, they have a strong relationship. You feel me? He was also putting money on his bond. So this is where the real question I would ask you guys is, okay, Meech is was friends with 50 Cent and is friends with Ross, right? So like, if both Ross and 50 Cent are beefing, does that mean like Meech has to choose which one to fuck with? He can't fuck with both?
Nah.
Not
If
at all.
I'm Meech, I'm letting them know straight up. Like, you my mans. I'm staying neutral. If you see me with pictures with him, it ain't nothing petty. If you see me in pictures with him, it ain't nothing. Y'all both my man.
I think arguments like that are made for people with lower tax brackets. Like, when you're both like businessmen making money, like, we're gonna do what we need to do to make money. You get me? And like, there can be those petty people that are like, I'm not gonna fuck with you because of it, but
50
you know,
Cent.
that's like, not everybody.
50 Cent petty
that's what
like that.
50 Cent
51 of
is.
them though.
Definitely is.
But Rick Ross is just as petty as well. Obviously, he's like, all right, you want to play this game? I'm going to play this game too. And it's cool to see them go back and forth. It's adorable. But
Buy them G Unit masters, bro, and just
these
make a point
niggas are
if you really
old.
mean it.
And they're still holding down the game as far as the culture and entertainment and keeping us engaged in what's going on. But like, I think it's really time for some new faces. It's 2025 now. I want to see a new wave of like just new faces, new artists, new people talking shit, like new beef pause. Like, you feel me? Like, just
These artists gotta get their own identities, man. We can't hear 50 artists that sound the same.
Bro, I don't even listen to music.
who gonna step outside of the norm?
Yeah.
bro.
Like we always had artists coming up, you know, I'm a little older, whatever, but we always had artists coming up that stepped outside of the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened to that? You don't get that too much no more.
Now
like,
everybody wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
They rapping the same way. They doing the
style,
same dance.
same everything. You know,
You
it's
feel
like,
me?
that's why you don't really get those type of people no more. But
They doing the Bronx wine in San Francisco.
right. I feel like 50 is big on loyalty. He always been like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Well,
Yeah.
you
From the
gotta also
situation, so it's
understand his trauma, exactly his
Yeah, from the
situation. He got
situation.
shot 9 times. He
Yeah,
thought
he
the
big on
people
loyalty.
around him he could trust and fuck with. So he's
Yeah.
a op fucking. His man's fucking with a op. Yeah, nigga. Like
That's
I'm gonna
record
go.
That's a fact.
It's just like trauma.
Yeah.
He just needs to go seek therapy and talk it out and figure out.
He definitely need
Yeah.
that. But he also made some valid points where he's like, yo, I put your son through acting school. And the reason I'm the reason you got.
Yeah.
He also put money on their books through his son. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And all that. So it wasn't like, you know, it is kind of like, yo, come on, man. I'm the reason y'all eating right now up until this day. And you
I
come
think he
home and
should
it's
have had
the
the
first thing you
conversation.
do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is kind of tough. So I kind of see both sides of it. I feel with Ross is like, yo, bro, you know, his business is business. I understand
Yeah.
Ross' standpoint, and I also understand 50's
Yeah,
standpoint.
50, I feel like 50 at least where Meech fucked up is that he could have had the conversation like, yo, I know y'all two is but like, you feel me, Ross is still my mans. And then maybe 50 would have been like, all right, cool, but can you at
50
least
wasn't
not do
jacking
that
Yeah,
in
50
pictures?
yeah.
You feel me? At
50
least
was
not
that
like for the
exactly.
optics. Like, nigga, he, like, optically, like you said, I understand where 50 is thinking. It's like, nigga, this is how everybody's going to see it. So before they jump on it, I'm going to jump on it first.
Yeah.
So he just took,
He that type of person.
like,
too,
yeah, he just took in charge of his own narrative, which I appreciate. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you're doing great already. You
They
got
both
stop
rich.
beefing
Fuck,
with
like,
everybody,
it ain't
man.
worth it, man.
yeah. First
Yeah.
it was Joe, literally 2 weeks ago, and then it was Meech before that, and then now it's what's his name, Ross,
Yeah.
and it's
It's
like
it's always Ross.
50 is always somebody.
always
There's always Ross for one with 50, but he always gonna have something to say, man. You know, that's 50 Cent.
I like niggas like that though.
Yeah.
I'd rather be around niggas like that than be around like people who just expect me to think for them. Like, you
Yeah.
feel me? Like, I
Yeah.
gotta just take out. You just could sit here and then not say anything, but you want me to just know what the fuck is going
Yeah,
on.
or,
Like,
or expect you to feel a certain way about like it's a lot of people like that. Like, oh, they expect you to just know how you're supposed to feel about a situation. He leave his shit on the sleeve, bro. I don't like that shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
He go about it. He go about it a lot of ways that might not be. You might feel like, oh, you could have did it a little.
but that's him
At
though.
least he gonna address it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
He not a
100%.
yes man. You got people that
100%.
just like, yo, all right, that's cool, that's cool. You don't want yes men around you.
I
You
agree.
want somebody that's gonna be able to tell you, like, nah, bro, let's try it this way. Or, I don't think that's right. You know what I'm saying? You don't want somebody that's around you every day, like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah,
Nah,
you don't
damn.
want
That's
that.
a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
I actually hate people like that.
Yeah,
It
I don't
bothers
like
me.
that shit either, man.
And-
Nigga don't like when niggas do their own thing either. Yeah? Mr. Mental Notes.
Right?
You don't like when niggas do their own thing either. So I'm building a case, evidence. Yeah,
Yeah,
nigga.
nigga, that was pre-pod.
I remember that
Said,
nigga.
yes, man.
Damn. This nigga be remember. You just took mental notes just now.
Say what you
nigga.
mean, nigga.
Bro, I take mental notes of everything, everybody. Like, that's just like, you feel me? You got not build cases on people, but like
Build cases.
you
on
understand certain shit based off your patterns and shit. So like, am I gonna keep arguing you about the same shit, or am I gonna go about it differently? You
I'm gonna
feel
come
me?
at you with proof. He said, "This is the fact."
Yeah, like, you feel me? This
This
not
is the reason
first-
why I let you do your thing.
Yeah, for now, and then you feel me. This is why we're doing things differently. So sometimes I don't like to jump on things like right away because I am an impulsive person, but I'm learning to be more conscious of just leaning back. And 9 times out of 10, if I just wait literally 10 seconds, I swear to God, the problem will go away. This is with anything, like with dealing with the child, dealing with the relationship, dealing in an argument. Because sometimes I can say something just real quick And if I just would have took like literally 10 seconds, bro, just counting your head, one Mississippi's, and then I'm telling you, you're gonna think a little differently than what you would have like in that exact moment.
Think before you speak.
Yeah. I apologize.
temporary.
No, you're good. I don't know if y'all seen it, but Nelly recently was on Drink Champs. Did anybody watch that interview?
I
seen
didn't
clips of
see the entire interview because
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
still watching the one with him and Amber Rose,
Oh wow.
and that one is just so mind blowing. I learned so much, and I'm just really sexually attracted to her. But
I didn't see too much from the Drink Champs either. The main takeaway I was getting at was there was this point where they were talking to him and they were asking him. Well, they weren't even asking. The conversation more along the lines fell onto it. But like, how do you guys feel like when it comes to like your kids? Like, and he basically came at it with like, you know, like my daughter's always gonna be daddy's girl. If she needs to move back in with me, she can move back in with me. But like, if my son is doing it, that nigga could be on the couch for a couple months, but he gotta go. Y'all think he was in the right for that?
I get it to a certain degree. You know, it all comes down to like how you want to raise your children. But I definitely do think that like females get the more leniency when it comes to like you could stay here, but like your boy, he got to get out the crib. You just got to build that tough skin for boys.
respectfully, y'all gotta make up your minds on what times y'all want to live in. You want to live in traditional times, or do you want to live in this progressive ass time? Because traditionally, you are man or woman. I'm treating you equally as fuck, and by 18, you out of here. Progressive, they're gonna be like, oh my god, let me cuddle you a little bit and stay as long as you want.
Nah, times is different.
I know
though.
family members who let their kids stay till well in their 30s. That is a dub. You feel me? Like I don't give a fuck what's in your genital area. You have a time like limit to exactly where you have to like leave the house. It don't matter what, like, you feel me? Like son, daughter, you feel me? Cat, dog, fish, lion, like
Someone gotta go.
yeah, y'all niggas got
Someone
there's an
gotta go.
expiration
You
date for
gotta
real.
have it figured out at that time.
You ever seen Failure to Launch?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah.
Don't watch that
Old
fucking
ass Matthew McConaughey movie.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey, he's basically like damn near in his 40s already, living at home with his parents, and his parents want him to fuck out. So his parents hook him up with a girl who sets him up for love, and then so they can like move in together and like literally leave the crib. So the father can finally, for working his entire life, finally have his man cave and walk around the house naked with his wife. Can you imagine not being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor at all?
For all of our younger viewers, Jennifer Lawrence just made like basically a remake of it. Y'all
Really?
know the movie. Yeah. There was a movie where she gets hired to be their son's like girlfriend so that he can like get out of his show.
I think I seen that.
Lose his virginity
I seen that,
before
yeah.
college.
Yes, they show her titties in that movie,
Yeah,
right?
she was naked
Yeah,
on
they
the
were
beach.
beautiful. I remember. Damn, I'm
know what I
showing
mean?
I'm showing a side of me today.
But I mean, I think for me, I don't know. I seen a point in what he was saying, but I also saw it a little mean too. Like for me, I moved out of the house by like 21. I was ready to
But you
go.
were by
get what I'm
choice,
saying? Yeah, and it was by choice.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I was getting kicked out, but I definitely could see like daddy. It's always more like when I'm a dad, like it's daddy's girl. Like if that's my princess, like my girl, like I am gonna take care of her. There's no one else, no other man that should be able to support and take care of her better than her father, unless like that's gonna be her husband. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
If
hear
she's
you.
not with someone in that situation, God forbid she breaks up, come home. But yeah, my son, hopefully I raised you enough to the point where you know like you're a man, you should start taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? Make sure you handle your bills and get shit right and have a job. And you shouldn't be sitting here just relying on me and my money. You get what I mean?
Respectfully, I think you should be having that same mentality and instilling it into your daughter as well.
I would like to think my daughter has that mentality, but I'd be less harsh on her coming back home for a bit compared to more to my son.
I don't think you gotta be harsh. I think it's a simple conversation. Oh my God, sweetheart, I'm sorry. This happened, this went down. And then slowly you eventually let her know, like, you don't even gotta like, hey, yo, you got until January 31st night. Like, you feel me? Nah, you just gotta really say, all right, I'm gonna help you get back into your feet. You feel me? Because if you're in my house and I'm watching you not getting, like, you're just actively not trying to get back onto your feet, or like you chilling,
It's a
or
problem.
you taking my work or like my house as like a vacation, that's a problem. Sometimes you got to give somebody like a due date in order to kind of like put a battery pack in them, because if not, they'll always feel that safety net and never really like flourish. You feel me? And there's certain people in the world who kind of like, for me, I need to be backed up in the corner on all four sides, like really behind a tree, in order for me to really take things seriously. There's just certain people who really need that push. So this, I don't think that's a male or female thing. I just think that's a person thing.
Nah, but me, not to cut you off, my fault. But for me, it's like, say for example, like 18 is your cutoff for your child and they got to get out the crib. It's like easier for you to kick out an 18-year-old kid that's a boy, because he could get like an overnight job, but it's not as safe for a female to be out in the streets doing an overnight job type of thing. You feel me?
She could live
and
on OnlyFans.
And then two, just times aren't the same. You feel me? Like, you can't expect your child to be living on their own sustainably. Like, you feel me?
Nah, that's where
times is all fucked up. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
but I'm not gonna swaddle her to the point where she's like 30 and still in my crib.
I'm gonna make sure my daughter.
If I say a year, and say for example, she's only like 40% ready to leave, I got you with the 60, sweetheart.
Get
like
out.
You feel me? Like, it's not that I'm not gonna take care of you, but I think it's really important for people to have personal space. And like, for example, for me and my mom, after a certain age, she's like my best friend, ride or die, I love her to death type shit, but we cannot like live together like at all. I love my dad for like I'll ride or die for him, like my grandparents and all the, like, these people who made me who I am today. I'm telling you right now, we cannot live together. They raised me to have my own identity, and because of that, all of our identities don't necessarily mesh. You feel me? So it's like, we can't tolerate each other's lifestyles completely every single day.
That's respected.
Yeah, so why should my daughter, I raise you to be there. Okay, cool, you have a setback, but just because you have a setback, that don't mean like you have a longer time to stay here than my son. Hell no.
I think it's sexist.
Yeah, because my dad, I ain't mean to throw him under the bus. That nigga, he literally moved on his own, came back, moved on his own, came back. It's unfortunate situations. I don't think it's a male. But my grandma was like, all right, so if you are going to live here, cool, but nigga, you got to pay rent. You got to pay bills. You got to contribute. You're not going to just live here for free. So if my daughter were to, say, for example, I gave her a date too, and I don't have enough to pay that 60. All right, cool. Now you're going to start paying and contributing to this household now, since you're basically a member now. You feel me? I was just giving you shelter, but now this ain't shelter no more, nigga. This is your fucking litter box. So this is where you shit and piss. So yeah, that's a good question.
It's funny. Like, I mean, again, I don't know. Like I said, it is a lot easier for men to like feel like the son can leave, and I think that just comes from like the level of like maturity instilled in them.
I think this is how we were conditioned and to believe, and that's literally how things are.
Exactly. And I mean, one person that was just recently speaking on it as well in another interview, on the Pivot interview, was Anthony Mackie, Captain America. He was talking about like toxic masculinity, how he feels like it's been like at the forefront, like they've been not toxic masculinity, but destroying masculinity. And I feel like that can attribute to like a kid like being young. I mean, being 18 and still living at home, just because they weren't raised with certain morals and values that like people from an older generation were instilled with, like being a gentleman, like walking down the street and just doing a simple nod to a stranger, or opening a door for someone and speaking. Like, we don't have people like that around too much anymore.
Well, I don't think what you're saying. Oh, not to cut you.
No,
go ahead. To add to what you're saying, you also got to look at it like this. Some people come from broken homes. Not everybody got a mom and a dad at home. I mean, with that being said, it's like, all right, boom. Do you tell your son to leave? I mean, when you might need help financially,
that's true,
and our situation might work better together than apart. But to go back to Nelly, I respect it. He's rich. Your son is always going to be rich. You're 18. Go do what you got to do. You need a shoulder to fall back on, I'm going to be here. Your dad is going to be here, but he's going to be financially stable. There's no reason why he should kind of be in the house at that time.
Exactly.
That's a different situation. Now, you come back to the hood and areas that we more accustomed to, you might have a broken home. You might have a
Yeah.
daughter that went through some things at 15 years old that maybe she
Some
should have
trauma
waited
shit,
to
yeah.
25 years old to go through. You might have just the dad there. You might have just the mom there. So I feel like it's really situational. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I agree with you. But to go back to your Anthony Mack take, it's not the same, because what Anthony Mack is kind of like referring to is how men are being raised. But if you're talking about like Nelly deciding, okay, his son should leave earlier, that's you. It doesn't really matter, because you can raise you can still raise him to not have a certain level of masculinity, or you can still raise him, but it doesn't really necessarily mean whether he's
how'd you prepare them for
at
life
home or not. Yeah, exactly. But for me, I 100% agree with I wish we could play the clip. Like, I 100% agree with everything that he said in that clip. There is an attack on straight men, and there has been for quite some time. And I don't want to go back to that Princess Boy episode that we were talking about, but that shit is real, bro. We have been being attacked for a long time. Like, we are now being looked at as the new white man, like the devil's enemy. Like, we're like the devil's lettuce. Like, niggas can't touch us no more. Like, it's bad business, and it sucks, bro, because
I mean, men in general or black men?
I would say black men are in the forefront, but straight men in general are being attacked for sure, bro. And I'm talking about in our foods. I'm talking about psychologically. I'm talking about biologically. I'm talking about how people are being raised in every single fashion, socially, economically.
And what we're meant to like
We're being
put up
attacked.
with and endure, like at this point, and accept. I get 100%
It's
what you're
almost
saying.
like you're more likely to be in a room full of like people who are more like, not, I don't know the terms outside of straight, like gay, bisexual. Like, out of 10 people, only like 2 or 3 of them would be straight. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I don't know if I
As
should
they
say that's
push that
crazy.
narrative, you know, gay, whatever you may be, nothing against it.
Yeah, nah.
Whatever you like is what you like. But I feel like as we push that narrative, we demasculinize.
We diluted masculine.
The men. Like, I feel like that's been happening over the last 10 years, the narrative. And there's nothing against that, but they pushing that to the forefront.
Too much, though. Like,
and it's like,
scary,
too
though.
much.
Not saying things shouldn't be acceptable, but it's like, how far do we go? Like, it's almost to a point where you can't teach your kids to be straight, because teaching them to be straight is going against
disrespectful to
so it's like, it's crazy. It's a crazy time we living in.
Teach them to accept the scenarios of everything, and
I gotta
don't
worry
mention
about
your
what I say and shit now, because it's gonna hurt people's feelings.
Me teaching my son how to be a man shouldn't have to have anything to do with someone else's sexuality.
I agree.
Man.
At all.
Yeah. So for me, Anthony Mackie, I'm on his side, but it's becoming controversial because of like today's time. If this man would have said this in 2008, everybody would have just retweeted it, liked it. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
People are looking at him like he's right wing, nut, and like they're just like saying, "Oh, he's just trying to speak bad on the LGBT community." And it's like, no, he's
speaking bad.
And he said, he's like, take this how you want to take it, but like, this is just how I feel, and I'm happy he could express himself in that situation.
It's
Captain America.
It shows you the narrative that we're pushing. For him to be able to make that statement and it to get across as negative just shows you it's not a negative statement.
But Marvin might fuck around and kill him in the next movie.
Shout out to Captain America.
Shout out to Black Cap.
One more thing I did see on that interview as well was actually something like I like thought about a lot, and he had ended up mentioning how he felt like success was given rather than like earned. How did you guys feel about that? Do you think success is given or earned?
I think it's a little of both.
Yeah, I'll say the same.
Honestly, because there's plenty of testimonies of people that, you know, come from nothing and actually earned the success that they have to this day. But then there's other cases where it's like, you know, people put no talent, no energy into something, and you know, it's a matter of like luck, in a sense, rather than something being earned.
What do you think?
I think a certain amount of level of success is like, I guess, earned. but I think if you want to get to a certain level of success, it has to be given, because people who are at that level of success, there's like gateways that you have to kind of like go through. So they have to give you the opportunity to go through that gate in order to do that. Like, for example, Bill Cosby, he went as high as he can get, and then when he touched NBC, they kind of like, we're not giving you this level of success, and they took the key away. So I just think it depends on the like how high you are aiming for is what you're going to have to base that answer on. So if it's like, for me, if I'm just want to make like a calm like 150 a year, I think that's, yes, I can earn that, and I can be still feel like I'm successful. But if I'm like, I don't know, like, excuse me, like Drake or some shit, like he's not going to be satisfied. If I was Drake, after I would say nothing was the same, I probably would have retired. But not Drake. He's like, he's searching for a higher level of success. So that was given to him from like Lil Wayne, you feel me? His first album and shit, but what was his first album? Best I Ever Had and shit? Like, Lil Wayne graced him that opportunity to be successful.
What do you think?
It depends on how high.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I feel success is situational too. I could be successful just getting an apartment. I might have been in a group home. I'm saying I got my first apartment. That's successful.
Yeah.
All right.
Feel what I'm saying?
Well, that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Successful is because like you're not really you're better off, but you're not really successful is because you still have so many different other things you kind of gotta like.
But it's in the eye of who you're speaking to. Just like you just said, Drake is at it, or let's go with Bill Cosby. He got to a level of success where there was a breaking point. But the breaking point is to who's looking at him.
Exactly.
At this point. The people from NBC, okay, they're at a different level of success.
Yeah.
So he's breaking through to that level of success. But for us, it don't matter what level he's Bill Cosby successful. So it depends on who you speaking to.
I mean, if we talk, some people are looking up to him, and then some people are looking down.
I mean, to make it more personal, I mean, putting it into your clothes, like, do you feel like for you, like, your success is going to be earned, or is it going to be like given to the point where, like, say you give it to that right celebrity that shows it off, and then like from there the sales are blowing up? You feel me? What do you feel?
No, it's definitely earned. Like I could even when you correlate it to music, right? You find somebody. You ever find an artist and you find a hit song, right? You never heard of the artist. You heard the song is a hit. Yeah. Then you dive back in the artist, like, yo, this dude been out for 5 years. He got fucking 3-4 albums. Yeah. It took those 5 albums to get to where he's at now. Just because of that one breakout hit doesn't mean he didn't put in the work to get to that one breakout hit. That's right. So I look at it the same way. I might be able to give my clothing piece to, let's say, Kanye West or whoever. They might get a piece, but it's a backstory. I didn't just get there. That's a fact. I can't just walk into Kanye West's office right now. It's going to take a backstory. It's going to take a paper trail to get there. So
I agree with you with that. Because I think when Justin was here, we were talking about how when I want a guest, it's like before I got to a certain guest, I feel like I had to go through different channels first in order to get to you. Yeah. So I feel like you kind of have to work your way up to the opportunity in order to become successful. Amen. So it is earned, because if you're in that room, you earned it by doing, like Marvin just said. Can I call you that? Yeah, like he just said, you have to kind of like go through a certain type of journey and levels in order to get that opportunity given to you. So, yeah, success is definitely. I will go with earned over given. But I feel like it's still to
even
a certain
with your 100
extent.
episodes. Not to cut you off, even with your 100 episodes, the one episode that stands out and gets you to the next platform. That was just that one episode. It took those 100 that you built, took the platform that you built to get you in that area anyway.
I agree. I was going to say, I don't know. I'm a little like double-edged sword on it. I do think it is earned, but I also think it's given. But I think it's given by how much you put into what you earned, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, like like I said, there are people who work hard for years and never get noticed, and then it's that one thing that you do that makes you blow up. But I also think that has to do, like, if it's like a content creator, like, success might be given you because of what the algorithm can do for you. Like you, like I said, you could post every day and never get love, and then you have that one viral video that just sucks everyone into like your life, and now you're known because of it. So I feel like it's not even like, when people say given, I think people think of it more like that rich guy that's like, oh, I'm investing in you. But no, I think of it more like it's given by like your community. Like success is given by your community and your opportunity. Like I heard success is where preparation meets opportunity. And I believe that wholeheartedly. Like you definitely need to be working hard and be prepared to be able to be successful.
I like that one. That was
I heard that from T.I.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
One question while we still on this subject, right? If let's say I'm Donald Trump's son, right? I'm born into what we call it success or wealth. Wealth, right?
Yeah.
But if my father provides me with a business, not even just using Donald Trump as a
that his success is given.
Yeah. But now exactly. But is it not success because it's given?
It's success, but it's still given.
No, it's nepotism.
Still given.
Yeah, it's earned. He was born into blessings.
That's why the term
born into what was
success
earned. Yeah.
It's open.
Success
because it's like, I mean,
it was.
I feel like it doesn't count for him or anybody who has generational wealth, because they, at least for their children, at least they were born into like wealth. So like they were born rich. They don't even know how to come up from point A to point B or like from scratch. You feel me? So it's hard for them to even know what it is to earn anything. They don't. It's hard for them to even comprehend what that is,
so
because
generational wealth doesn't necessarily turn into success. You say?
I don't think it necessarily can make you like. I don't think you can use the term successful for people with generational wealth. Somebody was successful at some point, but then they were so successful, they set you guys up. You just had to maintain the success.
I mean, I brought this up before, like last week. Like, look at Jackie Chan's son. Like, Jackie Chan wants to give all of his money to China instead of giving it to his son because he feels like his son didn't earn it. Like, his son didn't work hard enough. Like, there's been like, just things that have happened, like with arrest and shit, that he's like, I don't think my son's worth the money because he didn't earn it. I earned this money. Yeah. Because I worked hard, you feel me? But you didn't.
Damn.
A lot of people feel like that too.
That's crazy, man. That was a good conversation, bro. I feel like the whole trendy news was pretty dope today.
Yeah.
But I'm liking
I'm intrigued, man. I'm intrigued, man.
Moving on, Euphoria should be dropping sometime this year, 2025. Apparently, Zendaya now is going to be getting $1 million per episode, making her like one of the youngest actresses in TV history with that type of deal.
Is it a mil or 10 mil?
It's a mil.
It was 10
1 mil. That's when I seen that, I was like, no way.
10 mil per episode? Crazy.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, but she's making $1 million per episode. I think that's fucking wild.
That's dope.
Shout out to her though. Really, like being the youngest actress to do that is amazing.
That show in itself is crazy though. Like when it first came out, it had so much like controversy, and it was like, what the hell is this? And now it's like a person like Zendaya is getting $1 million an episode.
For real.
That's
I
insane.
think it's dope.
Salute.
Yeah, I love it.
You got football players that sit on the bench and make $500,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? They'll never get in the game. So, you know what I'm saying? Get the money. I respect
Type
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the numbers would have been that big had things not happened to English Cloud?
I feel like the numbers are that big is because of Spider-Man. And
Spider-Man, because of Dune, because of everything Zendaya's been in.
Yeah, she's been really active outside of Euphoria since that last season. Is that if you want me to come back, you kind of got to make it worth it for me to come back, because I'm a busy woman. You see what I'm on right now.
She said, nigga, my boyfriend's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
She does have a strong ass character in that show. So.
Yeah, so and it takes a lot for her to do that character. So I feel like if you really want her, then yeah, you got to pay her. So
for $1 million, I better see. I'm sorry, I better see a Zendaya titty at least. $1 million per episode.
She better be fucking.
Yo, Sydney Sweeney doing that shit for like $330K. You telling me $1 million? And I ain't gonna see Zendaya butt cheek once?
Yeah, nah, she gotta act out For real.
She built her
One scene.
portfolio, man.
You know what
so-
would happen?
Yeah.
Is she's probably gonna have like either like a rape scene or some extra shit.
No. I say a rehab scene where she's naked in the shower,
Yeah, she
most
gonna have
likely.
to
Not
be naked
no,
for that
yeah.
1 mil. You know how Hollywood
She
play.
might fuck
She's in
around.
the.
She gonna get naked
some
for
crack,
that 1
like,
mil.
That might be the 10 mil
That
episode.
would be crazy.
Imagine she giving some top for some crack. Like,
Rude
Nah.
sucking dick in the next season. Euphoria is not on my bingo
That's
list.
a $10 million episode right there.
That's 10 million per episode, right
and
there.
then you know, like they did it in the BMF show. They be using like fake prosthetic dicks in the video. In the, like
I don't look,
They
I
fucking
don't look
the
into
shit?
the details like that.
I heard about it. Like when
Then passing.
when Lil Meech was fucking that stripper in the club, he was using a prosthetic dick when they showed his beef, bro.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't really his beef.
Hollywood, man.
Shout out Zendaya.
Don't quote me. I don't know if that's confirmed.
My last final 95 Trafficking has officially put Forever 21 into bankruptcy. They are closing all stores in the U.S. Just
you.
because of this nigga. I don't know if you
We
guys
everywhere,
heard.
man. If y'all ain't here. All Forever 21 locations.
Rest in peace, Forever
You're
21.
gonna start moving in, man. You're gonna start seeing construction being done. Come on with your local Forever 21.
That's
Oh,
crazy to
95.
me. Like, y'all think
Forever
H&M is
95
dead?
is the new name.
Forever 95.
It's crazy though. Forever 21 really has been around for forever, and like I think it did put a lot of people like on like their fashion tip to begin with. Like, what do you guys think?
I never shopped there. I've been there, but I've never gotten shit for me. Like I never really. I thought it was more of a feminine type
Me
of
too.
store.
That's what it was.
I just recently realized they sold men products.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in there a couple times. Like,
It's because it was like 75% women and then maybe
corner.
25%
Yeah.
men. So it's like,
It's
That
just
ass.
like what we was just talking about earlier. So when you got
Bread and
stores
butter.
like that, that was Victoria's Secret about to start selling men clothes.
Yeah.
Don't quote.
Fuck it.
Matter of fact, quote me on that. Give it 5 years. Victoria's Secret gonna have men clothes.
Pull
That's
up
what's
to
happening.
Victoria's Secret
What
for
kind of
that
men clothes
jersey?
that they would have for us? Like some sexy briefs?
They gonna have to do it.
the only
Fuck it,
reason
Fenty
why
got it.
I
Skims got it.
don't think Victoria's Secret will cross that line is because Victoria's Secret
Yeah, because
is
the name, yeah, Victoria's.
What if Victoria's Secret was that
she's a man.
She's Victor.
she cut the dick
Yeah.
off and
That is
shit
the secret.
You feel me?
That's the
Victoria's Secret is
Yeah.
that she's Victor, nigga.
Really?
Yeah, that's the
Victor.
secret.
Yeah, y'all fucking
He
with me.
said
I
Victoria's
swear to
Secret is
God.
that she's Victor.
Nah, y'all think I'm bullshit right now, but like that's literally
I mean,
the
it's
secret.
because a man made it for his wife. That was what
Nah.
Victoria's Secret was. He made that lingerie line for his wife, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait,
That's not what I
Victoria's
heard.
Secret is that she's a man.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard
Wow.
Victoria's Secret is that she was really a
And
man.
like I said, I'm giving it 5 years before
Nah.
we have some.
Nah, my man said Victor's Secret is crazy.
Yeah, that's
The
crazy.
man who made Victoria's Secret is Roy Raymond. Inspired by an uncomfortable trip to a department store to buy underwear for his wife, he set out to create a place where men would feel comfortable shopping for lingerie.
Who the hell told me that?
Wow.
They lied to you,
They
nigga.
lied to me. That's crazy.
Wow.
My fault, Victoria.
Yeah, but Forever 21 to me, the only reason why I even know about that store is because right before I came to Connecticut, the in the Bronx, they were just opening up the Bay Plaza Mall type shit. So like there was literally a Forever 21 right there in the entrance, and I was like, "What's this place everybody keep going to with bitches with the fat asses?" So like the women there type shit. That's where they got those tights where like they would wear throughout all the years, and then like you'll see those are the thin leggings that the women wear. So the cheap women, you feel me, like the broke women, you can tell because they shop their leggings at the Forever 21, and then the other ones you can tell that they either went to like Models
Yeah,
or like
it's a different-
Dick's or like you feel me for the real
Different quality.
Yeah.
Rainbow track
so like
23.
they look good, but if you aim their fucking the light at a certain angle, you can. They're basically practically naked.
See-through
So, like,
Jones.
their material at Forever 21, I can understand why they went bankrupt. Not a lot of people like now. Top tier quality is in fashion now. We're not that cheap H&M shit. Like after a year where you wash it and niggas not on that no more. So
Yeah.
Well, they're only closing stores down in the U.S. They're going to keep it open foreign. So hopefully if you're traveling on vacation, you miss Forever 21, pull up in Spain.
that would
Word.
make sense if they're going bankrupt. Any place, any business outside of it, of it, like the profits wise, they're probably making more money because the materials are cheaper and out. Like third world shit is probably
That
cheaper
makes
over there.
sense
The same thing
So
happened.
sell this.
The same
That
thing
makes-
happened with Westfield Trumbull Mall. Actually, they ended up becoming just Trumbull Mall because Westfield, the brand itself, ended up closing their locations in the
Oh,
U.S.
really? I didn't
Well,
and
know.
they're only out in like France and stuff like that now.
For real?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
When did they do that?
like last year or the year before.
Yeah, it was definitely recent. I remember that change.
Yeah,
That's
you
crazy.
go there now. It just says Trumbull Mall.
Oh, I always thought it was Trumbull. I forgot that it was even Westfield.
Westfield, yeah.
That's crazy.
And they used to have a bunch of different Westfields.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a franchise mall. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's crazy.
So
The more you know.
the one in Milford, that was always Milford Mall then, right? Or was
That
it
was
Westfield?
a Connecticut
No,
Post
that's
Mall.
Connecticut Post Mall. Yeah.
Oh, CC Post. Yeah, you're right. Wow, Nick, y'all putting me on a CC, man.
Rest in peace, Forever 21.
Rest in peace,
End of it.
man.
They ain't
US.
died, but later,
Rest in peace. It was an era in the U.S.
It always smelled good in there too.
definitely that I agree with.
We
There
don't
was
need
a lot
to
of
worry
pretty
about
women.
that.
Definitely.
We don't need to worry
Definitely
about-
give them that.
We don't need to worry about Forever 21. We got 95 trafficking in the
Yeah,
building
Forever
regardless.
95.
We out.
Big.
All
But
right,
I'm out of here
Over
with
these
trendy
malls, man.
talk about it.
type shit.
You don't gotta talk about
He
it.
said,
He said you don't gotta talk about it.
That shit just got extra inside. Niggas like, really again?
Again?
Nigga, what was the beginning for, nigga?
I'm crying. But what we gonna get into? It's all time for the shaking of the hands, shaking of the ass,
Let's get our marshmallows
shaking
ready.
of the grass. Nah, we ready to talk
Relationships.
about the cheaters, the beaters, the misleaders. We getting straight into relationship topics. And my first question that I got for you guys is: at what point do you stop telling your parents about your relationship issues?
Shit. I never brought my parents. My
No,
I
you
never
good.
brought my
I could-
parents my relationship issues.
Really?
I grew up with just my mom, so it was like
Put that stress
I
on.
don't know. I kind of kept that to the chin, man. I tucked that up.
Mm.
I never really, I never really had a lot of real relationships in my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Okay.
like I could count on my hand how many real relationships I've been in. So
You never came home broken heart, head on mom's shoulder.
no, I ain't had that experience.
Yeah.
I ain't had that.
Yeah, me
I
either.
recently started talking to my mother about relationships as I got older.
Mm.
Yeah, but coming up now, running around, man, I never really took them too serious anyways earlier in my life. So
Bro, you need to find love. You deserve
yeah,
it.
yeah, I know, I do.
You deserve it.
I think for me, what was the question again? It was
At what point do you stop talking about relationship issues with your parent?
for me. I think like high school, I think is fine. Anything past like going like maybe like after you graduate college. So how old are you normally after that? Like 18, 19? I'd probably say 18, 19.
Wait,
Once-
graduate college?
like yeah, right?
Like 22.
Not 22
Oh,
yet.
see, then
you start
maybe like-
college at like 18.
maybe like 22, 23, I think would be the best time. I mean that more like if you're out of the house and you're going into an adult relationship, one thing you don't want to do is talk bad on your significant other with your parents, because if they are doing some shit that is wrong and then you want to forgive them, your parents might not, and it might make it a little bit more awkward bringing
I
them over
agree.
to the house. So I think when it starts to turn into a real relationship where me and them might be living on our own or something and I'm not living with my parents, I don't really need to communicate that to you. I could tell you issues, but I don't think I should be going in depth about problems or complaints.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
I learned that the hard way, bro. So she was crazy. I'm gonna tell your mom. But
I'm gonna tell your mom.
And mine.
I'm gonna tell your
no,
mom.
I'm gonna tell your mom. So I'll tell your mom, and then I go back to my parents, and I start talking shit about.
I'm crying.
You feel me? So yeah, like the parents start taking sides, but then what ends up happening is you bring families involved, and then they're like, "Nigga," now the families are asking like, "Why are these two even together?" And it's like, I get it, but we love each other. You feel me?
I feel that. I could respect that. I mean, what's like your age limit then? Like, what do you think? Like, when should you really stop? Like,
I don't think there's an age limit. I just think there's a limit to amount of information you should disclose. So
get that.
the subject matter, you have a certain advice, cool. But getting into details and bad mouthing your partner, not the wave. And that is the difference that I had to learn. So like I don't know, I'm not the greatest relationship, so of course I'm gonna go ask advice for people who've been in relationships for years. You feel me? I'm not just asking my homies like, oh, what should I do? And you feel me? And then I'm spilling out on the tea. I'm asking somebody in order to help me be better in this relationship and help get this problem solved out of this relationship. So it's difficult because I'm very close to both of them. So like if they ask me, I'm not going to like lie. I'm just going to like
I'm gonna tell you what you need to know.
I've seen my parents be very transparent with their parents, and I've seen how far it took them. And I think wisdom goes a long way. Like they've lived what we've already are probably 9 times out of 10 are like dealing with now. So it's just a different version.
Definitely good experience that'll help you.
Yeah, I don't think there's a limit at all. I think it's just an amount of, like I said, amount of information type shit you should disclose.
Yeah,
don't get too personal. Don't badmouth them. I used to go crazy like that, and then they'll go back. You like, oh, you said all this bad shit, and then they don't come to me talking about your problems. You just gonna go back to the person. I'm like, that's not right. I went to you.
I just needed to vent.
Yeah, I just wanted to get my
that shit off.
I still love her. I'm sorry.
I agree. I definitely don't think there's like an age or like a phase in your life where there's like a limit. I really just think it depends on like the type of relationship you got with your parents. Like, I feel like if you've been the type, like growing up, you always been like cool enough to talk about your relationship with your parents, then that'll probably continue into your adult years. And even if you didn't have that type of relationship in your younger years, I feel like as you start to get older and realize like what life is about and relationships and shit, like you start to seek that wisdom from, you know, your parents if you feel comfortable. So
I agree.
I definitely don't think there's like an age limit on it. I just think it's about like, you know, how strong your relationship is.
Yeah,
Because there's
level,
fucking relationships that go to like therapy and shit like that. So it's like if you could talk to a therapist, then you could talk to your parents if you comfortable.
Yeah,
I
agree.
That was a good question.
Yeah, that was a great question.
Or those are all great points. All right, moving on. Biggest comparison you'd make to stay in a relationship?
Biggest compromise.
Pause. Running that back. Biggest compromise you'd make to stay in a relationship?
The biggest compromise. It's not a big one. I'm not even gonna be going that far. I'm sorry. Do you have one?
If the head's good. No, I'm fucking
Biggest compromise you'd make to stay in a relationship?
You wouldn't normally do, but now you would to stay in a relationship.
I stay because she gives me good head. That was.
No, that's not really a compromise.
I'm compromising if everything else you do is annoying as fuck.
So everything else she does is the compromise.
Nah, I'm fucking around. Biggest compromise I could make to stay in a relationship, maybe it would be, I mean, the biggest, and I can't think of something personally, so I think like in the bigger spectrum would be giving up my career to move to another city with you because I love you and it's for your career, like type shit. That's a big compromise in my eyes.
You would do that?
I mean, yeah. If you were put in a good position that you could take care of us for a while and maybe give me time to like re-engineer how I want to like live, then yeah, why not?
I hear you. That's a good man.
No.
My woman ready to be like, baby, I want you to start your business, and with this money I'm gonna make, I can help you get jump started and going.
Podcast, you done?
What do you mean, no?
Because I'm not moving to no fucking wherever your woman's moving to.
This is gonna be JSC
Virtual.
via Bluetooth.
It's gonna be Jersey retirement on the wall. What the fuck are you talking about? Moving? Y'all niggas are stuck with me until this shit is off the boat. Like y'all, like this shit until this plane land, nigga.
I was just answering the question.
Yeah, up in the air.
No, nigga, you just crushed my dreams. You gonna leave me for your girl? That's what you just said. What?
So she put in a good position.
He said, "Hey,
we ain't had to pay bills. Life good. Like what?
we're trying to be a house husband for real."
I'm just saying, like we both don't.
Nigga said, "Sweetie, I'm gonna pay all your bills, rent, and everything. Just come with me. Pack your bags."
Hey,
If she got it like that, I could cook. I could clean.
I don't know if that's the
crazy.
compromise. think
He's compromising
that's
his
a
masculinity.
That's a gift.
That's a gift.
I gotta sacrifice my own life just to live lavish. Damn it!
He said, leave all this.
I'm crying.
I gotta leave paying bills monthly because my girl want to fucking support me. Put up with it.
Fuck it, the mansion.
So let me think about it.
Yeah,
You gotta compromise.
Yeah, what about you, bro?
I mean, yeah, you're right. She could put bread into your like podcast situation. You'll throw bread over here.
Investment.
My
The
fault.
best
Now you gotta
compromise.
invest. I don't need to be a host. I'm an investor now.
The
You
best
feel me?
compromise.
All right, fuck it. Yeah, I told you.
I take a host. I take investors.
Fuck it, I'll take it. I'm crying.
How'd you put it like that?
Me, I would say kids. I don't got any kids, so.
Okay.
So you'll compromise saying if she don't want kids?
No,
Or
she
you-
has
She
Can't
has
compromise having.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know,
Being a stepdad.
because that's a big. It's not just her. You know, you got to be there for the kids too. So
That's a
It's
fact.
life there. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I would say.
That's
would
a
be
good
the
one.
biggest, yeah.
That's
I like
hard.
that.
I think something that I would be willing to compromise is getting a new bed. So like if we move in together type shit, okay, cool. I guess we can get rid of like my bed and we can get our own bed.
But you got a water bed, bro?
Nah, but,
I have a bed she don't like. I can see what you're
Nah,
saying
he
though.
don't
Like as
wanna
a general
leave-
answer.
He don't want to
like-
leave his bed. You don't want to
yeah, like,
compromise
I have
his bed.
I don't, but like if to stay in a relationship, if she wants me to, that'll be something that I'd be willing to compromise.
So we can get a new mattress.
Maybe I'll change the
Yeah,
bed.
I'll take the bed out. Come on, let's get one
I mean,
together.
I slightly agree with getting a new
okay.
mattress. If we're a new couple moving in somewhere,
Yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense.
let's leave all that other shit behind and get a new bed.
Yeah.
The frame could stay, but the mattress,
He said this frame is sturdy,
you know what I mean? The
inexpensive.
frame is nice, but the mattress can go.
Nah, because like when it comes to religion, politics, or just like certain type of lifestyle aspects, I'm not compromising at all. But little shit to make like, okay, sometimes I don't want to like call on the phone every day. All right, if our relationship needs to work, okay, I'll spend 5 to 10 minutes on the phone with you here and there. Like, you feel me? So it's just little shit like that. That's things I'll be able to compromise. I want to be able to do bigger things for sure. Not at all.
For me, I'm gonna say the biggest thing I'd compromise is a little bit of myself. I would say no more than 20%. And that comes with overall like compromising my time. You know, if I gotta adjust because, you know, you don't like the way I say certain things, you know, I'll be able to adjust my attitude or whatever. So like compromising a little bit of like me being unapologetically me and being able to, you know, accommodate to what's gonna work for us.
It's only 20%.
I agree.
Only 20%, because it's like when you start getting into higher numbers than that, now you're losing yourself. You feel me? So it's like I compromise a little 20%.
I get it. Could that percentage change over time, or is it 20%? That's all okay.
It depends on why I'm changing it. You feel me? I shouldn't just change because you want me to change. 'Cause at the end of the day, you gotta love me for me. You feel me? So I shouldn't have to change more than 20%. You feel me?
I feel that.
I like that.
Word.
I agree. I'm just a little pissed right now. How
No,
long was
no,
it
no, no.
fucking
It
cut
was
for?
no. It recorded the whole thing. It stopped because I had something popped up that needed to be pressed for the computer. Yeah, you're good. Everything's fine.
I'm sorry, man. I thought we were just looking at the camera and the shit wasn't even on. I was about to be tight.
He said that was a good topic.
Yeah, we were talking. How long was it all for? I was about to
No,
be
literally,
tight.
it was in like 2 seconds in between a sentence.
All right. Because I was about to say end it.
Wrap it up. Next question.
Go ahead, buddy.
No,
More and then
But I agree. There's
Yeah.
only 2 more left, nigga. Let's get to it.
Or all right. Are you marriage material? If not, what do you need to do in order to be?
look at me. Yeah,
He said, "Come on."
I'm a catch, motherfucker.
Literally.
Nah, I think I need my bank account to look like I could be really happy. You know what I'm saying? Before like I think I'm marriage material for sure. That's one thing I think I need to stand on more, is making sure I'm really financially stable for the next stage of my life.
Word.
I think I'm definitely like parental material, but marriage material I probably am not marriage material. Financially, cool, I could take care of us, but I do realize, like, looking back in like my relationships and shit, there is a level of empathy that I lack and show, and that they require, or at least the type of women I keep using. They require a certain level, but at the end of the day, they want some type of love and shit that I don't think
you got there.
I am 100% there. It's either I'm too much or too little, because I'm so goal oriented. What comes priority is my dreams, my career, like that shit first, and then it's you. And I need a woman to understand that and support me and lift me up versus kind of like drag me down type shit.
And be a
So like,
distraction.
I want to show you guys an example of that, of what I mean, right? So
You want the strip?
But
Yeah, all they see is his ankles right now.
all right, can you stand up, please?
Hold on. I gotta smack them.
All right. Check that phone real more time. Gucci. Pull me down. You saw how easy that was? Lift me up.
No, they can't see all this, right?
He can't. No, you're not supposed to really.
This nigga hoisted.
I was supposed to show you. He said, hold on, bro.
The point of the matter is,
This
he
nigga
pulled me down
hoisted,
so
bro.
easily, and it was such a struggle for him to lift me up. And that is the story of your life. It's when you're at the top, bro, people, it's so easy for them to pull you down, but it's so hard to bring people up. So you really got to prioritize you, and the person who is below you has to understand where they're at in order to keep pushing you up and rather pulling you down. So that's, I saw that from a video, and I just thought that was really cool. So
Go ahead, bro.
I like that.
Yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, all my years of living, I've never seen that example, so I
please
like
don't
that.
ever touch me again like that again.
Nigga said, "I lift me up." I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't think he was really gonna lift me. I thought
This nigga stood on the couch. I thought he was about to go, oh, captain, my captain.
I'm like, where are we getting at with this?
Nah.
But I like that. That was a good one.
So that's my point. I'm definitely not marriage material. What about you?
So I think marriage material and being ready for marriage is two different things. I'm not far from ready for marriage, but I think I am marriage material.
Talk to him.
Feel what I'm saying? Like,
You just wait for the business right, huh?
yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I'm goal oriented. I know where I want to be.
Yeah.
My finances are straight as far as, so, you know, taking care of what I need to take care of. You know, if you can meet somebody that
food on the
clashes
table.
with that, or, you know, intertwines with that, then finances don't really, I feel like, don't matter too much. Because obviously I want to meet somebody that could put forward to the relationship the way I could. So, you know, I would, if it came to that, I would much rather us build it together.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But to say I'm ready for marriage is different.
Yeah.
But marriage material, I feel like definitely from where I'm going in my life, what I feel about my future, where I see myself going, what's
agree.
already happened, then it's like, yeah, I'm material for it. But to
I'm
say like,
definitely-
yeah, I'm ready, nah.
Yeah, I guess I would have to say that then too, is because I think it's a level of commitment, and just that in my mind is that me, you forever.
Yeah.
Or like we have to live together. Like I've gotten so used to living by myself and being so happy of just I have to be mindful of another person. I don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah.
I think that's you have to like require that. You
Yeah,
feel
and
me?
marriage is different than dating. It's like, you know, you almost should be living. Like, how many people do you know are married that don't live together? Like,
No, none of
you
them.
should be living together. You should be, like, sacrificing things for the future of both of you. So at that point, it's not just about you. You know what I'm saying? And as we are goal-oriented people, it's almost like we're on a path to conquer our goals. So to really say, I'm ready to just jump into a marriage. Nah, I want to take care of these things
Hell
first.
yeah.
I want to make sure I'm the man I want to be before I'm the man I want to be for you. I can't be the man for you until I'm the man I want to be
agree.
myself.
100%.
Stamp
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
especially on some shit where it's like you want us to get married now, but I didn't fulfill anything, and by the time we're married, what's to me, I feel like marriage really is the last step in life.
Yeah,
because it's your
I feel
happily
like
ever
the
last
after.
chapter.
Yeah, like you have to get all this grind shit out the way, and then worry about that marriage love shit. Because once it's a contract, it's obligate. You're legally obligated to this person.
Yeah, it's
and,
not about just dating anymore.
Yeah.
And you know, we calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend and seeing
Nah,
each
it's
other
been a
every
way
once
for
in a
real.
while. Nah, it's
What you think,
bigger
bro?
than that.
a
That's
way
a
of
fact.
life, nigga.
For me, I would say I'm marriage material. I feel like it's a little kink here and there, a little bit more of like being self-sufficient and a point of just being independent, you know, like having my own routine, my own habits, you know, whether you in the picture or not.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I feel like, you know, I'll check off the boxes as far as like marriage material.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're on marriage material. I just think we just don't want to be married right now.
Yeah, we're
That's what I
we're a
said.
bunch of catches.
Ready for marriage and marriage material
Yeah,
is two different things.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Stand there. I like
I
that.
agree with that.
But maybe I'm still not married. I might be both though.
I think
He
you
said a
are
little bit of this, a little bit of that.
not ready for marriage yet,
Yeah.
man. We got a long way to go, man. That's what I feel like.
It gives me
Yeah.
the ick though.
Marriage?
Right now, like love or being in a
thought of it.
relationship, I have the ick for it when I think about it now, and I don't know why. I'm hopeful that it's just like a stage right now.
It's a
like
phase.
yeah, like eventually when I accomplish what I need to accomplish, then I'm like, all right, bet, let me start looking for it.
But that's why you don't want to jump in there early, because you're still going through phases as a growing human being,
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
us men, like, and doing what we do, you know, running our own businesses. Things change rapidly. You might, you know, as a unit, collectively, I might be in Cali next year doing this. You don't know where
I
this is going
swear
to
on
lead.
everything
You
I
haven't,
love, never.
I get it,
Never.
but you never know where it's
That's
going
the
to
blue
lead you.
state.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just for instance, you know, you just be in a different place next year. You know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily mean a location.
Yeah.
Mentally, you still growing, and even me being a little older, I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I'm still learning about myself.
Exactly.
I'm still learning ins and outs about me, things I'm good at, things I'm not good at.
Or
And as you learn, you know, I feel like it's kind of like something that's gonna hold you back a little. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing things at a certain age. Don't get me wrong, there's some people that 18, 19 years old, I'm going to school to be a doctor. I'm gonna be a doctor.
And
go to
they
school
know.
to be a doctor. I'm gonna be a nurse. I'm gonna get married to a doctor too.
Yeah.
And they know that about their life. There's certain people like that. You know, there's a lot of people, but there's people like us that, you know, 10 years ago I was rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We fast forward 10 years, I'm doing fashion. Like, I don't know what my next 10 years are gonna be like,
Nah,
to
I
be
know what you
totally
mean.
honest. So
A$AP
it's
Rocky,
like,
bro.
that's a
Yeah.
fact.
You gonna find Rihanna next.
yeah,
You be all right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm
Shoot
the
for the
next
stars.
A$AP. You never know what's gonna happen. So,
Yeah.
not saying you don't want somebody there with you, because you know, I feel like you always need somebody there with you to support you, somebody that you know, whatever the relationship is. But to tie that knot is going to take a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying?
That us.
for
It's
sure.
going to take a lot more than that.
Wow. I
That
feel
was a
like
good point.
I want to be 100% honest. This has probably been one of my favorite episodes,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I think every topic
Hell yeah.
we gave really great, solid answers. So go ahead, take
Hell
us
yeah.
home,
We're
brother.
going to bring it home with this last question. And you know, when I start shaking my hands, you know what that means? All right. But if your girl is with you, but her ex still pays for the nails, hair, bills, etc., are you good with that?
Sorry, so your girl, really? What? What am I,
Is that our
renting
girl?
Am
Like,
I
what the
renting
fuck?
Girl? Is this hurts? He paying
That's
for all.
weird. That's kind of weird right there.
He paying for all the finances on everything for her, but she just want to be
But
with
that's
me.
your girl.
Like, I'm the side nigga.
Yeah.
You literally are the side nigga.
Am I the ex at this point?
I
Like,
think she's not telling you something, but she's still with him and lives with you. All right,
that shit is wild.
that's crazy.
To me personally, that's wild. You
You
feel
can't be
me?
my girl calling a nigga for $40, man.
But what if
You ain't
she
doing
like she not asking though? He's just like, here, babe, like I got you. Or like
that. See, you said that.
The babe
that
shit?
was that's the
The
word
babe.
right there. Here, babe. That lets you know where the relationship really is at, bro. You can't just be giving me.
The fuck?
Giving
Yeah,
my girl
babe.
nothing, bro. What you talking about?
Still calling
That's
her
a
babe
fact.
is crazy.
You know you calling, all right, babe. All right, babe.
That's a fact.
The cash app's there, babe. You know that, girl. Come on, now we ain't doing that.
She's like,
we not doing that.
thank
We're not
you,
doing that
baby.
at all.
That's definitely our
Thank
girl
you,
at this
love.
point.
Love you
Nah.
too. That's
If
crazy.
you can't ask me for
not the
it,
love you too is crazy though.
and and understand
There's
that
a level
maybe I
of
won't
love.
be able to provide it and be okay with that, then we
Yeah.
don't need to be together.
That's a fact.
Yeah, nah. If
Plain and
anybody
simple.
else
That's
taking
a
care of
fact.
you, that's
Yeah,
good.
we
I don't know,
just
man.
Think you should be with
I
them.
could,
and
at
I'm in
least
the way.
I'm gonna wait till I hit a certain number. Like every time she go out, I'm gonna save that money, and whatever he spent, I'm gonna just put that to the side. So whenever she stop, you feel me? I'm already be ready. Like
He said, I'm up and he's down. Like,
yeah,
I did
Why
the
you
math.
losing money, nigga. And mind you, she's spending that bread for the bills. Guess what? Or the food and shit like that. Nigga, she buying food for us.
She broke. She said, nigga, she buying food for us.
Like we both partaking. Like
No.
I don't know.
Nah,
not just
hell
mad,
no.
but it's
So
a
you
sugar
gonna be
daddy
hitting her
though.
like, yo, bro got paid. Yeah.
When bro sending that cash app,
You
like,
got, you feel me? Like you, all your bread is good. All right, the game is on. You want to get your DraftKings on, babe? Like how much he sent
Nah.
you?
Nigga say you start pressing her about it like, yo, it's Friday. Like, you hit him up yet? Like,
An early 20s relationship and your girl got a sugar daddy.
nah, I'm
That
crying.
could work.
Yeah, the sugar daddy. Come on, what if he's a sugar daddy? Like he got bread, nigga, but
Be like, yo, what's that nigga doing?
Like,
You can get that nigga. You too slow with it.
anything
Like,
like 20s, you can't do that shit. That
that
don't
shit's
work.
supposed to be in the account by now.
I'm trying to really rinse this nigga the fuck up. Like,
Baby, say this. Give me that phone. Let me text.
yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do this.
Nah, I'm crying.
That's crazy.
So let me get that
That's
nigga
crazy
number.
I think we can all say no.
I'm crying.
That's not your girl, so
Nah, man.
Now with
It's
it,
a crazy
yo,
question.
listen, I'm
with it.
on the fence with it. Cause like I
You
said,
stay there.
if all right, if it's my age right now, nah. But like I said, like if that nigga is in like 40, 50, he got a good like, you feel me?
And we're early
Like
20s.
generational wealth.
Hell no.
Nah, fuck that. Let's all eat. I might
Hell
even tell you to do a little bikini model. Don't touch. But you feel me? Like,
Hell no.
do your job.
I don't
Even
give
the
a
money
fuck how
without that.
expensive
You don't
her
do anything
nails,
extra.
hair
Man,
bills,
you need
fuck
some
that.
whores. That's what you need. Some whores.
I might need some
Brothel
brothels.
of women.
RS. Yeah, you need a brothel, man. That's what you need.
Because you're right. I'm not gonna respect her after that.
Yeah.
And I might cheat her on after that. So I might as well just get
Not
a
even
brothel.
worth
All
it.
right, so this is the question, right? He could buy her stuff. He could come into your bedroom too.
Nah, no. He
That's
can't
not
come
as well.
straight. Nah, just bread.
He said, your
Mine-
girl just
monetary
getting
gain,
supported
all
by
that.
her ex. You cool
Nothing
with that?
social.
That nigga might as well be in the
Monetary
crib.
But we put it like this: she's not your girl, but you talking to her, and her ex is supporting all of her like
Oh, yeah.
lifestyle
Oh,
yeah,
stuff.
by all
Can you
means.
deal with that?
Totally
Yeah, hell
acceptable.
yeah.
It's less of a
Okay.
burden on your behalf.
If
you know what I
women
mean?
together, even though they might be fucking when we argue, I guess it's cool, right?
I don't give a fuck, bro. To me, it's, as long as I don't know and you're clean and like I'm do whatever you
Never
want.
get
We're
her
not
off
in
my
a
back.
relationship, cool. But
Amen.
it's the relationship and the level of commitment that's where things become binding and fine print to me. Like you feel me? Like we gotta start following shit now. But like if we're not in a relationship, we on and off, or like
We just
I have
fucking.
no commitment to you at all,
So go get
and
your
vice
bag.
versa. They have no commitment to
That
me.
don't
Like,
work
go
like
get
that.
your
You know what
bag, girl.
happens? As soon as you call, like, yeah, little shorty from my job just brought me a plate. Oh, bitches bringing you plates now?
Oh no, I'm
eat
not
your
gonna
her to
have
pay the
necessary
bills.
conversations
just
like
gave
that.
you $40.
eat the
Yeah.
fuck-
I ain't
Forget
doing
about
that. I
No,
wouldn't say
That's
that.
a fact.
Yeah,
Back in the
because
day, I
know
would have
that.
just bought the eighth and not said a thing.
Yeah, I would, exactly. I would just got the food, cool, and then went on my way. But the
Finesse.
problem is now, since I'm on here, like on a platform, people think just because there's a woman on here, I'm fucking them. That's not true. You feel me? I am not a fucking animal. Like it's
Yeah,
even
casual
though we're doing this
conversations
podcast.
with
So the
Yeah,
cameras are off.
but they get jealous. And, you feel
No,
me?
they leave right after. It's late.
Yeah,
So the cameras is off.
Yeah, I gotta. Feel me? I gotta go to work. And shit.
I seen what goes on behind the scenes. Don't believe this guy.
You feel me? The bitch.
He said, I know personally.
Nah, let me stop.
I know
we-
personally.
Nah, stop doing that.
No accusations. We out it.
We got bitches in the crib. He got bitches in his bed. I got bitches in my bed. We're here. We're outside.
He said, we're here.
I got
Outside.
me and him. We've actually thought about the idea of like investing in like bringing back the brothel. But
Really?
yeah, we have to. But it's hard because what a brothel is now is just a content house.
Yeah.
But it's just people don't go in those content house. They send stuff out the content house.
It was still a brothel.
So we need, bro. Put me on to where a brothel is.
Not in
If I went in
America.
I need a
Vegas- not
one-man
Vegas.
brothel, though.
I go to Vegas.
I think
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
goal. After I have a brothel,
You good?
Then I think I'll be ready for marriage.
That's respect.
Okay.
But yo, all jokes aside though, like, did you enjoy this episode?
Yo, this has been one of the illest experiences I had, man. This is my first full I would say
Yeah, cuz.
full podcast I ever done.
Oh,
Like,
word.
from like I did a little bit of snippets and things, but like, you know, we've been here for a little while now, man.
Yeah,
And it don't
yeah.
feel long at all. I feel like we just
That's what
got
we
here.
always
So
hear.
that's
Love
when
to
I
hear
know the
that.
content is there, man. Y'all some cool dudes. We definitely got to a lot of topics that make a lot of sense, man.
Yeah,
I
word.
enjoy myself. And I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Nah,
Like
yeah,
I said,
word.
it's my first one, so hopefully the first of many, I'll come tap back in. We all at a
Hell
different
yeah.
level later. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
of course.
saying?
You welcome back, bro.
Yeah,
If you-
definitely,
of course.
man.
We
If
definitely
you made
appreciate
it to 2
having you.
hours and 21 minutes, put it in the comments because honestly, like, yes, the times look scary, but when you listen to the pod, listen to what he's saying. It does not feel long.
Nah,
Yeah,
not
so
at
we
all.
have
That's what we
fun. It's
love
a
to
good
hear,
time.
for real.
Yeah.
It was informative. We got to express ourselves freely. It was funny. Like, I just like the fact that I get to talk to people who can tackle on different conversations, or at least just keep the conversation going.
Yeah,
You're one of the very few guests that we've had recently
for sure.
who can do that.
Yeah.
The past couple weeks has been pretty good, but I'm just saying, like, last season we had some ups and downs with some guests where it's just like I had to force things out.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you were nice, you were organic.
I'm trying
bro.
to tackle it, man. I've never been a public speaker at all, so. But I know there's something that's necessary with my
Carried yourself
brand.
well.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
you definitely did your thing.
Yeah, to get exposure there. So that's why I really thank y'all, man.
Nah,
Definitely.
facts. So tell them exactly where to find you again and one message that you would leave for the entire audience.
Fashion art memorabilia. That's what built this, man. Fashion art memorabilia. It's 95 Trafficking, 95trafficking.com. If y'all want to find us on IG, 95_Trafficking 1F 2Ks, man.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, just a little message to leave all my followers, everybody tuned in. Follow your dreams, man. Follow your dreams. Keep the pressure on, man. Anything's
Follow the
possible
Jungle
nowadays,
Squadcast.
man. We living in a time where, you know, you put your mind to it, you could be whatever you want, man. We all living proof of that. Make sure y'all follow the podcast, follow me. And I appreciate the listeners. I appreciate everybody tapped in.
Follow your
Stamp
dreams.
that.
Nah, for
Bro,
real, bro.
follow your dreams. Follow JSC. Like
JSC
Hello.
definitely,
95
man.
Trafficking.
JSC definitely. Let me not forget that. Follow my guys, man. They got a beautiful platform. Tap in.
That ass,
That's a
bro.
fact, bro.
Yo, appreciate it, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, we really just wrapped this up. I generally tried to make this an hour and 25 minutes. I don't know where I failed, but thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate
Be sure
y'all.
to
A lot of
like,
good content.
comment, subscribe. You
All
feel
that.
me? We are the Jungle Squad Cast. We here.
Yes, sir.
We there. And now we out of here.
let's
You
go.
did.